What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode and live stream of the Ben Thomas Show Live. Thanks for coming back, guys. It has been 2 months since my last live stream, which is freaking insane. Many of you guys know the channel had been demonetized, and one of the biggest, craziest reasons was that they figured that Let's Get Nuts might be flagging AI. And so we have eliminated the Let's Get Nuts title from the show, but it doesn't matter because we're going to have just as much fun. And today, guys, I can't even believe how much figure news we actually have. I've got 2 pieces of very brief entertainment news that we're going to talk about, and then we're going to talk about so many sweet figures, what we're going to get in, how we're going to navigate our collection, catching up with the boys, all the good stuff here. So guys, if you like the video today, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show Live and channel as well. And of course, let's get Ben Thomas Show Live. It doesn't ring off. Let's just see what the intro says.
What are you doing? You're completely outnumbered here. Are you? You want to? You want to get? Come on, let's get. Let's get. Let's get. Let's get.
Oh man, that intro is so annoying now. We're not gonna keep that, guys. It was a workshop one time only. I just wanted to say a big screw you to the YouTube algorithm that says we're not allowed to use that in our show anymore. So it was officially bleeped for the record here. But guys, we have 18 people here already getting crazy with us today on the live show. Can't wait for you to be here. Let's bring in the co-host of the show, Mr. 1, Adam 12th. It has been 2 months since I saw your face, good sir. How are you, my friend? Good to see you back.
Ben, welcome back. So excited. I missed doing the show, the Sunday show with you and the boys, and so much. Not only it's great to be back, but man, you couldn't have picked a better day to do this with so much news, so many releases.
It's crazy.
Wow. Enough me yapping away. Let's get to it.
Dude, I had a dream last night that I missed a plane at the airport. Weird dream, but I think it was because I was thinking about all the figures that I might not remember to talk about. There's been so much shit this week, so I'm excited. There was like a 2-month dry spell, though, really. Like, for all those months that I wasn't doing the live show, it was kind of like, yeah, like I could care less about the Common Riders or here and there. Like, yeah, it's a Spider-Man. Oh, it's another Iron Man, whatever. But then this week there was a ton. So, and I don't totally love everything that I've seen from the Doomsday announcement yet. You know, no spoilers. So like, we're going to talk a little bit about those today, but dude, so happy to have you back. You're looking great. The collection room looks awesome. So happy to have you here, man. So
great to be
now,
here.
Of course,
Thank
you. We got 2 other panelists here who are longtime show hosts with us here on the channel. It's going to be hard for me to not say Let's Get Nuts constantly because it just like rolls off the tongue. But the Ben Thomas Show Live, next panelist here, we've got Mr. Shane, 16 Focus. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing, Pack?
Did you just call me 16 Focus? Are you trying to get banned permanently?
Figure Smokus. Probably.
I don't even smoke. How are you doing, man? You good?
Doing really good. Yeah, doing really good. It's been a crazy couple months, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys know this, but I work in the painting industry. So this is the time of year where we are painting as many buildings as humanly possible with like the 2.5 months of time that we have. So trying to fit in content around work and love life and all of the things, it's been wild. But things are good. Things are good. I'm feeling really happy these days. So
good. So
yeah. What about you guys?
Good to hear it.
Yeah, you got your new display set up and your custom Modular cases looking good.
Yeah. It's no, it's gonna spoil for choice now in space. I have done a decent job at a kind of filling it up. Like now they're spaced out. There's definitely the places the figures have a lot of room to breathe, but I put some sort of a shape in it at the meantime, and I kind of I'm looking at my pre-order list and I'm like, okay, if that one comes next, is it going here or is it going here, you know, or is it going downstairs? I'm kind of like everything that's coming in, it's like I know where it's going now, so I don't have to worry about, oh, where's that going to go, what am I going to have to it's that kind of luxury for a while anyway. So yeah.
Has there been anything like the Alien Queen that's messed with your whole plan, though? Is there anything that you're like, oh shit, I didn't anticipate that? No?
I was 100% that's not happening. I was 100% that is not coming. Yeah. Like as in I did not believe they would actually do it. I got the power loader. I was like, yeah, we're going to get Ripley. We're going to get Alien Warrior, maybe that second drone Alien Warrior and a power loader, and that'll be it. Hicks and the Alien Queen, just an absolute godsend. So typically I don't buy something unless I know exactly where I'm going to put it. The Alien Queen is going to be one of those, I'm going to have to figure this out later, because my custom cases, they're 26 centimeters deep. They're not like 50 centimeters deep or whatever like a lot of the module cases are. But judging on the specs, it is doable. It is doable. But yeah, that was wild. But it's not true 1/6 scale. The puppet was 427 centimeters. So it should be 71 centimeters tall if it's true 1/6 scale. And from the 53 centimeters tall that it is, it's approximately 1/8, which in this case, like that suits me because I have some hope of fitting it into the module case, but I wouldn't fit in a 1/6, and I'll struggle to fit into 1/8. But I think I'm gonna have to do it. I think I got. You
guys are talking centimeters and all that. You've lost me.
Basically, it's smaller than it should be. Which benefits my chance, because I would have no chance at a 1/6 scale. I might still struggle with the 1/8, but I think it's too good to pass up. That could be
this,
one like
this one at this scale is 40 inches long, right? So like, and that in itself is pretty wild, and about 21 inches tall if you do the conversion. So that that's
but
the 6 scale
yourself,
one, or this one. Yeah.
How often have you got a figure that's like, oh no, it's not going to fit in my detail for my Billy, but you don't pose it standing straight up and down. You pose on some sort of a crouching pose or pose that it would naturally be in. Who poses things straight up and down? Come on,
I felt fortunate about that with the Alien Romulus figure, how bendable that figure was, like how much I could get it in my display. But even still, I've got it like up here where it looks like did you guys ever see the Cabin in the Woods movie, where they like at the end of the movie they're all in like, these creatures are all in like big squares and everything, trying to get out of their glass prisons? That's what I got the Alien Romulus guy like, where he looks like he's trying to push his way out of the glass. Looks super cool in person. So, but that same boat,
great figure.
For sure. Hell yeah. We got 2 more panelists here. Shane, happy to have you back, buddy. Hell yeah, happy to have you. We got Mr. Pete, Only Fools in Collecting, a division of Collecting Weekly. Longtime friend of the channel. How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Not too bad. Although you left me hanging for a bloody long time there. I was like, all right, Shane, come on. More people to get in
all
here.
The things to say.
I mean,
it's because you're English, Pete.
Yeah, who are you kidding that you're going to fit that in your cabinets, mate? and you got to buy a second Ripley now, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I've missed a load of announcements. Have we actually seen some proper stuff today?
Everything's out now.
We have.
Yeah.
Everything's out.
Doomsday.
Yeah.
Did they release the power loader, or is that just previewed?
Oh, nice.
It's on the RSVP. So like, you know they'd never put something up on the RSVP and not release it.
This is good.
I think it's
not like anything they would do. Yeah,
I think I'm pretty sure that one's safe.
I'm just wondering if they're going to come out with a version of that comes with Ripley, like 2 versions.
Could do that.
One with, one without.
Could do that.
Yeah,
they could do that.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there's some
Pete,
good
you
stuff.
doing all right though, bud? It's been a while since
I'm
I've seen you,
thanks,
man.
mate. Yeah, it's good to be. Good to be back with you, buddy. Bit of a rebrand, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the algorithm gods of YouTube forced our hand. What can I say? So it was the only plausible reason that AI could even break down for me why the YouTube AI system might have been just shutting me down.
Crazy,
so
man.
It's wild. So
load of crap.
Where she goes, getting crazy with food is what they think.
Yeah.
I'm like, I should have been mukbanging while I was doing figures like pasta and
all those people with their nut allergies.
Well, yeah, I mean, fair, right? I want to encourage
by
that.
Skynet.
So,
yeah.
You need to start saying please and thank you when you're using ChatGPT because in the future they'll remember that.
I do say please and thank you. I do.
Yeah. You're Canadian, of course you do.
Yeah.
So, it's just sorry as well.
We've got one more panelist in the house. That was a bit of a surprise. I didn't think this gentleman was going to be able to join us here today, but happy to have him here. We got Mr. Aaron Articulates back in the house. Good friend of the channel. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing?
Aaron.
Oh, you're muted. We can't hear you. You look good, but we can't hear you. Oh.
He's articulating nothing.
It's a great monologue.
But
we don't hear
you. He's articulating nothing. Now it says you're muted on my end. I can see that you're muted. But
false advertising. Is that an Aperol Spritz?
pull your headband down. Is that it? No. He's been articulating too long, guys. He's lost his voice. You hate to see it. Aaron, I'll let you get that sorted out. We'll start moving, and then let me know if you can get it going. I can hear things. Oh, okay. I'm gonna remove you. I'm gonna bring you back in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Got him.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
mate.
I can hear you now.
Literally didn't change anything. Just sat here going, I don't understand what I'm doing. I know it's worked. Well, Ben, it's a pleasure to be here, mate. Nice. I wouldn't have missed this one after all what you've had to withdraw with the whole YouTube thing. Absolutely ridiculous. So this one was always bookmarked for me to be part of. Happy to be here. I've made it, and here we are.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Let's get to the show, guys. We've got two quick warm-up topics that I want to discuss. Oh, I gotta take this off my face because nobody can see me now. You hate to see it. One sec. Gotta love YouTube. We got two quick warm-up topics before we jump into all the figure news. There's so much figure news to talk about, like I said in the intro, so stick around for the figure news here, guys. We're going to say hi to the chat here as well pretty quickly, as we always do. I see that, almost 40 people are already here joining us live, so I love you faces. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, last night at Hall H, there was two pieces of news that I thought was a little bit fun. We saw that Mr. Ryan Gosling has been now officially cast as the Ghost Rider. Which I was very excited to hear, if I'm honest, because I've been hoping for another Ghost Rider representation for a while. I think he's got some great potential to be pretty badass, if I'm honest. I've pretty much loved every Ryan Gosling performance he's had. I can't really think of a film that I didn't love him in. Obviously, this is not going to be the official screenshot of the new movie, so if you're concerned, don't be too concerned. I'm sure it'll be cooler than that down the line. But also, they've also now cast the T'Challa's son, kind of the aged up version of the the little kid that we saw at the end of Wakanda Forever. And it is, of course, this actor here, David Johnson, who, if you haven't seen the film The Long Walk or Alien Romulus, do yourself a favor, watch both of those movies. He's awesome in both. Great actor, really wonderful performance, really great persona to him as just a person. I think he's going to represent kind of the legacy that Chadwick Boseman started, in my opinion, with Black Panther. So I was very, very excited to see this. I know there was a bunch more news that came out through Hall H, but these were the two things that were highlighted to me. Adam, did you see this news? Is this something that got you kind of excited in terms of upcoming Marvel announcement?
Yeah, I didn't. In fact, last night I was watching. We sat down to have dinner, and I was able to convince my wife to let us watch the John Campea show, where he was doing a live play-by-play as the news was being unveiled. I think this is like, certainly for Ghost Rider, it's fan casting, really, and it's great. Ryan Gosling is amazing. Project Hail Mary, I love that movie, and I agree with you. I every film that Ryan Gosling's in, even if I'm not as big a fan of the film, his performance as an actor is excellent. He really gets into the role, and I think this is perfect casting. I assume it's going to be Johnny Blaze, whatever version of
I feel like it has
Ghost
to be.
Rider. I think it's
Right.
I think it's going to be awesome. I'm already figuring about making room to ensure I have space for a Ryan Gosling Ghost Rider and his motorcycle Hot Toys. And in terms of David Johnson, I did see both Romulus, and he was really the highlight of Romulus, and I wish we had a figure of his character from that, more so than the Rain character. And The Long Walk was also a really good film, and he was excellent in. So I think, listen, Marvel, I don't want to say Marvel's back, because I think they've started to come back a few movies ago, but I really think they made, between these two things and Doomsday, they put their thumbprint on there and said, we're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I agree with that, dude. It's interesting. So I didn't see the actual announcements of these. I just got to hear about this news after the fact. Keith Lee says Letitia Wright did not seem happy with the Johnson announcement. I'm surprised about that. I mean, honestly, he's a pretty good actor, but you never know what the chemistry of these folks behind the scenes are, right? And so That could be interesting. I wonder what the story is there. But Mr. Shane, was this something that you were excited about, either of these pieces of news with regards to Marvel? I know that it's kind of like, if the story sucks, who cares the actor? But at the same time, I like both of these people, so it feels like a win. What are your thoughts?
I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't
That's
care.
Fair.
It's just like, my hype for Marvel is just virtually
diminished.
I wouldn't say non-existent, but it's yeah. I think the line that Nicepool said, the tongue-in-cheek line at the start of the big action scene at the end of Deadpool, come on, I think it's been all up since Endgame. That's just so hit me. That cracked me up, and just a kind of meta. We're in a MCU movie and we're actively taking the piss out of MCU movies. I actually loved that, and actually really tickled me. It hasn't been all bad. Like, I loved Deadpool and Wolverine, No Way Home. Thought Guardians 3 was solid. Thought Fantastic Four was okay, but there's just been a lot of duds. My hype is just kind of, I'm not hyped for Doomsday. These two here, they did set this up at the end of Wakanda Forever. In fairness, they did. We've kind of theorized that this is where it's going. I have seen Romulus. I would agree he was a standout. I really liked his character in Romulus. So yeah, I think he's a good choice. Fine, yeah. Ryan Gosling. It's funny. One of my critiques of the Odyssey is that certain castings just didn't land for me at all. Whereas I watched Project Hail Mary in a cinema months ago and watched it again on Prime, and as much as Ryan Gosling is just one of those huge actors who's like, you can't change your face, like, after about 5 or 10 minutes, I was like, no, he's this kind of quirky, goofy, spineless, kind of intelligent school teacher. Until I know he grows, obviously, as a character, his character development, I don't want to ruin it, but I stopped seeing Ryan Gosling, and that's how good a performance he had in Project Hail Mary. So yeah, I think I agree that, like, I haven't really seen him in a bad performance, and I think he's quite likable, and he's got versatility. He stole the show in Barbie. I think it's a... I don't know anything about Ghost Rider, but I know Ryan Gosling's a good actor. I like him, and
go back and watch the Nick Cage one, man.
Yeah, pardon?
Go back and watch the Nicolas Cage one.
I think if there's two roles that might give some insight to how he could be playing Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider, is two smaller films that he did. One called Drive, where he plays
good.
And then the other one is A Place Beyond the Pines, where he plays like low-level criminal. Bradley Cooper's in it, Eva Mendes.
I'm watching
Ray
it
Liotta.
now.
Great film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and put The Long Walk on your list too, buddy. For the David Johnson.
Yeah,
it's a
two good actors, Ben, and hopefully between Brand New Day and Doomsday, I'll be like, actually, they were two great movies, and
Oh yeah. I like when I ask Shane a question and he answers with "I do not care." This is the clip for him every time I think of this.
How about nude?
every time is what
every time, Ben. I can provide my reasoning, and I also want to be wrong. I want to be wrong.
Yeah. That is a good add-on there, I think, because so many people are like, no, don't care. If it's shit, it's shit. But prove me wrong, right? Happy to have my mind changed. I think so many people get so fixated in their mindset with certain people or certain movies or the way that the MCU is going and all these things. I don't feel the same level of hype for Doomsday as I did for Endgame, but I am still excited, and I'm hoping that it blows me away. I'm hoping that it reinvigorates that excitement and love, right?
Seen Brand New Day on Wednesday, and I'm pretty excited about it.
I see it Thursday, so I'm stoked. I'm stoked to see where it goes. Mr. Pete, any thoughts here, buddy?
I'll text you how it ends.
Please don't. I'm gonna ignore my phone that day. Any thoughts on Mr. Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider or a new young T'Challa?
Yeah, I don't really know Ghost Rider. I've stayed away from the Nicolas Cage ones because I didn't hear very good things. I wasn't bothered. My wife told me she'd seen this come up, so I was like, okay. I mean, yeah, Ryan Gosling. I think he got a bad press with me because I really can't stand La La Land, and I think that's probably one of the first things I saw him in, and it just put me off him. But he's come back full circle, like Barbie, The Fall Guy, Project Hail Mary. He's fantastic, and he just seems to embody every role that he takes on. So I think he's going to be a great
Blade Runner. Sorry, had to throw it out there.
Yeah, I know your love for that. I love the original. Not a big fan of the sequel, but he's a great actor, and he's taken me a while to kind of get into his stuff. But yeah, no, that'll be good. Good to see the Panther back. Makes sense. They've got a reason, an in continuity reason to have another one. That's cool. I was actually just flicking through, just catching up with the figures because I'd missed a few, and I know we're going to talk about them all later. But so there's a fantastic load of figures out, and then there's Beast.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Save it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving, because honestly, I do actually have 50 figure slides, including some that we have to show off of Facebook, and which is insane. So I couldn't even make all the slides in time.
Yeah.
These are a couple of costumes that we've seen from the upcoming Doomsday film. I think most of these we've seen in the trailer now, with the exception of the gal on the left here. The Doomsday. I don't know you'd call her. Doom
witch,
person.
isn't it? I think
Doom witch.
Yeah,
Doomstress.
So it's a Latvian witch, they're calling them.
Latvian witch.
And there's different colour ones. There's a purple one, there's a yellow one. People say they might have something to do with the Infinity Stones. I'm not sure if that's just.
Hell yeah.
A reach.
No. It could be. Aaron, it could be, but yeah.
Aaron, I'm going to save you for figure news, buddy. I think because, guys, we have a pretty big panel here, and I don't want to be here for like 7 hours today. No. What we'll do is all of the figure news that we have, if there's something that you have something you want to talk about, just throw it in the private chat and just say, yeah, like, pick me for this character or whatever. And then I'll go to you. If you don't put it in the private chat, I'm just going to assume you have nothing to say about that particular character, because there's just so many, but I want to get all your points. So like, I just don't want to take time if you feel flat on any subject. No worries. With regards to the chat, again, I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about all these things. I'll try to pull up your chats as much as possible, like I always do. I really wanted to quickly address, since we've got about 50 people here watching live. Once again, you may be surprised by the fact that we're no longer calling the live show Let's Get Nuts. That name has now been scrubbed by the internet because of demonetization from YouTube. The big thing there was that they figure it's Let's Get Nuts that's causing that. And so we can still say it, but I can't have it in my titles anymore. I've eliminated the screenshots. I've gone through 90 different videos, and I'm slowly replacing all of the content thumbnails there. So we can still have fun. It's still the same show, basically. It's just called something different, the Ben Thomas Show Live. So keep an eye out for that in future weeks for the new update. But as we always do, guys, let's say hi to the chat.
Is that everyone? I can want it more.
Nuts!
Assemble.
Nuts assemble. Thank you for being back, guys. Who is here joining us in the chat? We've got Mr. Ron E. Good to see you, my friend. Happy to have you back. We've got 6 Scale Shills says, yes, the stream you were looking for. David's been doing great on his channel. If you guys haven't caught the Shills channel, definitely a great subscribe. Really fun show. I think he's got like 1.3K views on his video from like 3 hours ago. Like, good on you, man. Good on you. Happy to have you here, buddy. We got Mr. Lane Kramer in the chat. Big shout out to Lane Kramer. He's got 2 figures ready for our live stream to give away. So this show had too much news today. So I think what we'll do is probably next Sunday when we do another live stream, we'll do the figure giveaway. At that point, we'll bring Lane on so he can donate those to some of the viewers who are watching. 2 awesome figures he's got ready for us to be donated. So thank you so much, Mr. Lane Kramer. Also, guys, if you're looking to help the channel, since we are no longer monetized here, we can't do super chats anymore at the moment. If you feel inclined, there is the Buy Me a Coffee link up at the top right corner. Just anything there goes towards things like StreamYard, channel member giveaways, some of those things. So any help is appreciated, but don't feel like you need to by any stretch. It's just there for you guys. We got Mr. Moose Stream here in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. We got Mr. 1Adam12 here on the panel and in the show. Love to see it. Mr. Fig Poser, love to see you here, buddy. Thanks for coming back. You don't know Jack. Any new Trek stuff? You know, I've been not talking much about Trek stuff lately, mostly because I really don't want to support Nanjin at Exo6. But there's been a couple things that I might do my own quick short video on here coming up soon. So stay tuned for that, but I haven't put any on the live show today for it. We got Sterling's Fine Art here. Hello, Ben. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. We got Pete Nick with us as well. Her geeky side. Miss Vita. good to see you here, my friend. You and Jim, I see in the chat here as well. What a stunning panel. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being back. We got Keith Lee. Good afternoon and evening, everybody. Mr. 16 Focus in the chat with us and on the panel. You'll love to see it. Erwin Torres as well. What's up, y'all? Good to see you here back. As always, let's see. We got Mr. Viking Collectibles. Make sure you go and subscribe to that channel as well, guys, after the show. Those dudes are awesome over there with Vida as well, of course. I say dudes is a term of endearment. All lovely folks over there. Make sure you go check them out. We got Joe Maggs here with us as well. Doomfigure confirms he's scarred in the accidental way to 616 post snap. Oh, interesting. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Sterling's Fine Art with us as well. We got Rachel Miller, my mom, the person who gave birth to me so that I could be here with you guys today. I appreciate that. We got music and collectibles with us as well. We got Mr. Mark Pacheco, love to see you here, my friend. We got Dream and Visions with us as well. And we've got Nadvi Adele. Thanks for being here. So happy to have you guys here. Guys, let's get into the figure news. I think I'm going to start with some of the Jazz Inc. stuff first, really quickly at the Jazz Inc. booth. I'm going to scroll through the couple of photos that I put in our slides, and then panel, feel free to talk about any of these or all of them if you're so inclined. But I gotta say, first and foremost, I think this Wonder Woman looks a little rough. I love Jazz Inc. and I love Yost, but this was the one that I was like, oof. All the photos that I'm seeing come out of the display there in his booth, this was the one that I'm thinking looks the worst. It looks like she's got tights on under like the underwear there, like you can see like a bit of a material bunching, but yeah, it just does not look great and very like Barbie-esque in a weird way. So I'm really hoping that they can dial that in. The Trinity, on the other hand, I was a nice surprise seeing her posed up with some of the Agent Smiths. I thought that was really cool. Shout out to Philly. We love Philly. I think Philly's a great photographer and videographer, so I'm very happy he was at SDC 2026 because we got a closer image here of the Catwoman. And man, do I hope some of these images put people's concerns to bed. I am very excited to get these figures in hand. I've got the battle damaged and the clean version coming. To me, the battle damage stands out, I think, the most. But hopefully we'll see if this alleviates any concern that you guys might have. We got the Danny DeVito penguin heads just rolling around there, but all of those look pretty crazy if I'm completely honest. We got Bruce Wayne and his Batman computer setup. And then this one really got me. Not this, well, I mean, this one's pretty cool, don't get me wrong. I thought of Jedi Knight's Watch actually when I saw this. I feel like this needs to be in his collection. But this one got me excited for obvious reasons. I mean, let's be honest. Alicia Silverstone likeness here is actually amazing. I was like, damn, that looks really great. Not totally sold on the Uma Thurman likeness, though. I think that there's some tweaking that can be done there. But I'm happy to see both of these coming. And it does make me want to get Mr. Freeze. Because I had him originally pre-ordered and canceled the pre-order. I think I'm going to get Mr. Freeze again. I'm going to try to lock that in. And the Nightwing from the film, Batman and Robin. But guys, I'll go to you. Adam, any of these, all of these, what are your thoughts on some of these? Was any excitement here? I also didn't put Michael Knight in from Knight Rider, but that was shown at the Jazz Inc. booth. I just couldn't get a very good picture of it for you guys.
I think they look good. The only one I am interested in getting is that Wonder Woman, Linda Carter. And as you said, I think that looks really rough, Barbie-esque. Hopefully this is like the very first early draft and he's going to do some intensive work on it and get it up to snuff. Because that's the one I was hoping to get just because I have great nostalgic memories of watching that show when I was a kid.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think you're still going to pull the trigger on it, or are you still going to wait to see more?
I'm going to wait till it comes out. Then I'll decide. I'm not going to pre-order.
Okay, fair enough. And sorry, I just saw your note in the private chat as well. That's funny. I got to check that a little faster, apparently. Mr. Shane, what do you think on some of this stuff here, buddy?
I'll start off with just acknowledging some of the negative things that you said. Negative like the obvious one that looks so negative. No, as in like I agree with you. I think you picked out the ones that I would have acknowledged. Poison Ivy, I don't see Uma Thurman's likeness at all in the Poison Ivy. I'm not as sold on the likeness as Alicia Silverstone as you are, Ben, but it's better than the first kind of draft of Alicia Silverstone I saw. I'm not sure was it an earlier version, or I'm not sure if it's just the lighting and this is better on this, but I can see the lightness getting better. Maybe the mask wasn't on or something. I'm not sure, but I do recognize that. I do believe that the 2Ds are still in the prototype stage. And if we know anything about Jazz Inc. there with that feedback loop, which if anything, they're guilty of taking too much feedback. We have seen the Catwoman go from strength to strength to strength, whereas a lot of people would have wrote it off very, very early and saying it's not good enough, whereas he kept going back and improving and improving. He might want to dial in like how he does that. I mean, it's not my company, and I presume every single collector in that bloody group is giving him advice, and he, at the end of the day, it's his company, he does it his way. I do like the communication he has, but I reckon maybe if he had like a feedback window, here's the prototype, put it out to collectors, you have a month and we'll take on board your feedback if it's warranted. The Wonder Woman is definitely the weakest one there. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about Linda Carter. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of was it a TV show, Adam, or a movie?
Both, it was a TV show. It aired in the 70s.
And I have seen none of them. I don't have the eye for this person. I wouldn't know if she was sitting next to me. I'm just looking from like
like that you would.
Well, I'd be kind of looking, going, well, why? Like, why do you look like a mannequin? Because I think that's what she looks like. Why are you just like Wonder Woman? You know? Yeah, exactly. But like, there's a few little things about it. The gathering around the crotch area does look like she's wearing tights. The kind of unnatural body proportions. The long neck. And I know she has a unique physique, I'm told, but from what I understand from videos, both Justin's walkthrough video and I think Will's and Toy Quest 101, those videos were quite informative, and just even like they did mention that I think this is in the early prototype stage, as well as the Catwoman, the Junior Numer Catwoman, and we've seen them go from strength to strength. Now I will say though, out of all the displays I saw, the Hot Toys ones were great. You know, I saw a few Mondo ones, stuff like that, and it's fine. A lot of the time, convention lighting isn't great, but I really liked what Jazz did. Not only was the lighting pretty good, but he actually had physical figures. Because a lot of time, one of the criticism is their critique that they have there's only renders and people are pre-ordering on renders and stuff. When he actually has some production pieces, some prototypes there to show. I think the Catwoman looks amazing. I love the diorama base. The 12 scale Batwing looks incredible. The tumbler is next level. I had no interest in this on screen right now. I had no interest in that Danny DeVito Penguin, but after seeing these,
they look pretty good, eh?
They look incredible, but I don't think I've seen them look this good. I don't know. It's just like the lighting in the cabinet they're using. They not only look like Danny DeVito in all his disgustingness in the prosthetics and the goo and the dodgy hair. They really kind of sold me on that as well. I think they had one of the best displays, to be honest, and I hope some of the haters see it and kind of go, oh, actually there's some great stuff here. Now, like this was mind-blowing. I don't have the space for this, I don't have the money for it, but like the fact that all those screens work, I mean, come on, like that is next level.
And showing
stuff.
the actual footage that were up on the screens in the movie too, which I love. Like, even like seeing Commissioner Gordon talking at the party and like some of those, just like, oh man, hell yeah.
It's not some random clip. Like, and I'd imagine there's a lot of legal red tape and hassle,
I'm sure,
and approval that they've got to go through to do that. And also, if you see, they've done screens before with their DCEU Ben Affleck Batcave. And then they're doing the Loiter Intimidate screen in their Tumblr. So it's like all these little tricks he's learning on a vehicle is being transferred to a Batcave. And I love that. I think he gets a lot of abuse. And, you know, some people are never going to be sold in it or whatever. But I think this Comic-Con, from what I've seen in the physical prototypes and production pieces he had, I think he did good here, laying the stuff out and have it posed up the way it is. I think it really highlighted some of the positives.
Well, and we've said for months, feels like years already now, but if the Catwoman wasn't good, especially once people can feel it in hand and see what it's tailored like and see the head sculpt and see the hair and all the things, if it wasn't good, that was going to really hurt their branding for other figure options. But from what I'm seeing at the SDCC anyways, everybody's had a chance to pick that figure up has been like, Yeah, this thing looks pretty freaking awesome. Even guys like Will, shout out to Will Foxification. This guy doesn't even like the Batman Returns movie and was like, yeah, this is a pretty sweet Catwoman.
And he was even in the video saying
he'd
never really took them seriously and wasn't that informed about them, but after seeing them, he was like, actually, these are pretty good.
This is on the radar now. Yeah, for sure. Pete, you said you want to take a crack. What do you think on some of these, buddy?
I only really want to talk about Catwoman because that's the one I got on pre-order, and I'm still not sold. I kind of was, up until now, I was kind of like, I'm just gonna, take the hit and lose the deposit. I think these do look great, but obviously they still have to prove themselves. And the critical part is what will the actual production released figures look like? Because obviously
I think Jazz did say these were production, buddy. I think Jazz said these two were the production.
Okay,
if that's true or not, that's hard to say.
If they can replicate, but it again, he's a pretty honest guy, and I don't expect him to tell fibs or anything. But obviously, you don't know until somebody's got one in hand that's been sent out to them. You're not going to know whether or not these have been tweaked with, that they've been made to look. I hope not. So I will. Mine's with Kit, so I'll be quite late on anyway. So I'll get to see enough of them in hand to decide whether or not I'm keeping it. The Danny DeVito looks great. I ended up picking up the Gentleman of Crime from Eternal Toys because the Penguin's even more expensive. It was like 500 quid for the one I looked at, and I was like, no. And the problem I've got with a lot of this stuff, and it's a me problem, is that, and I think like you guys, most of you guys are pretty much the same. We've all got quite a wide taste in figures we collect. We don't just do Batman, we don't just do Star Wars, we don't just do Aliens. So it's really difficult. You start seeing these amazing pieces, but the price of them is you've got to kind of really miss out on a lot of stuff, because you'd be like, I love that, but that's going to be £6, £7, £8, £1,000, say, for that the Bat computer kind of thing. So I think we're getting a lot of stuff now that the prices that people are willing to pay for stuff seems to be a demand for this kind of thing. But I mean, for me to be spending hundreds on a big piece like that or things like that, I have to kind of go, well, actually, what's more important in my collection? And I think that's why, other than a few odd figures, I think mostly Hot Toys is still my lane, because they are, even though a lot of those have crept up over 300, that's still kind of a justifiable price. So I think it's difficult. I think it's great for people that, like, if you just collect Batman, and I know there's a lot of people that do, you're going to pick these up and you're going to have an amazing display. But for me, I've got to go, well, would I rather have a Star Wars figure or an Aliens or things like that? So it's getting tricky. It's getting trickier to pick and choose what I want.
But to counter that, Pete, I mean, you're not being very inclusive. Like, what if you're rich?
Yeah, well, I mean, great.
What if you can buy it all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying, though, because there is that opportunity cost. It's like, okay, if I get the Bat computer, that's whatever, $1,200 plus whatever VAT, because the Irish thing, and then the shipping, and then it's a space commitment as well. And you're only 2 weeks or maybe a month away from your next paycheck, if you can afford it, but space is just fixed. Your space is 100% fixed unless you're going to move house, and that's just craziness. But no, you're right, there's the opportunity cost and those, what I have to sacrifice to get the things. Passing things you want, get the things you love, and even getting the things you love now isn't always possible.
Yeah, and I think what we've moved in, just quickly, so I think we've gone from 3-4 years ago to get a lot of these figures that were missing from our collections. It was the third parties that were knocking them out. They were doing some great stuff, and we were paying 150, 200. So that was great. We could pick up some more, like the Alfred and the Joker and stuff like that. But I think the problem is now a lot of those have kind of gone really quiet. We don't see a lot from So and Present Toys. Now the people doing those figures that have been missing are the Jazz Inc., the In Art, the Caustic Plastic. and all of a sudden those figures are £500 instead of £200. So there's been a bit of a shift there, I think, which is surprising, really, when the world is still really struggling for, it's a time of austerity, but actually this hobby seems to be really kicking on a notch again.
Yeah, absolutely. Is it cold in here, or is it just this figure on the left-hand side? I can't really determine.
Yeah, we know why you like that one.
Yeah, let's move on. Aaron, I'll save you for the next one here, buddy. I know because I think Pete clocked it when he talked about space and those things, right? When it comes to this. So I think space is going to come up when we talk a little bit about this alien queen here shortly. But since we got 60-ish people here, almost 70 people, let's talk about the newest announcements first, and then we're going to go over and see some of the other things that we've been chatting about. But I think we should start with Hot Toys, Mr. Dr. Doom. This thing looks pretty crazy. If I'm honest, it's interesting. We're getting a first chance to actually see, what this is going to look like on the film, because we've really only seen some kind of, brief teases. This picture specifically makes him look a little on the skinny side, but like overall, it looks pretty freaking awesome. The Sentinel arm, is insane. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Sentinels in the film. Obviously, we're going to get a chance to see what's going on with the X-Men universe from the Fox days back in the day. Yeah, obviously a bit of a variant universe that's going to be, I think obviously very briefly touched on considering the figure announcements we're going to talk about today. This Doom outfit looks pretty cool. I do love the fact that it's kind of more of a classic look for sure. Some of the areas here on the cape where these kind of things stick up a little bit, I don't love that. And I'm hoping that the actual hood sits close enough to the head itself. That'll be my only concern. I don't want it to be kind of like some of the other hoods that we see from Hot Toys sometimes where it really sticks up. A lot of the time I end up kind of nailing it down with blue tack, if I'm honest. Let's see here. We got the book inspired by concept art. By the way, guys, I woke up this morning and I put this on the show. I haven't even had a chance to look at every one of these pictures yet. So some of this is very first reactionary stuff for me. Wonder if, let's get to this one photo here real quick. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm scrolling through quick. This is what I wanted to find. Okay, so it looks like there's two different SKUs, right? So there's a standard version and a deluxe version. That obviously makes sense. They do that quite often. The ultimate version exclusive has the dual colored switchable LED lighting, yellow and green Sentinel hand. And it's saying here that there's a mystery accessory. My question for you guys is, what do you think the mystery accessory is? My guess is a Tony Stark head sculpt. But Mr. Adam, what do you think about this Dr. Doom being shown by Hot Toys?
See, that would make sense that it's a Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt, because if you look at the fine print, the version that's the basic one is set to release between October of this year and March, and the super deluxe version with the Sentinel hand, I think comes out July or April to July, something like that. So long after the film has been in theaters and probably on digital. So that makes me think, well, what would they be hiding here? So that's probably the answer to that. But if you really want your Dr. Doom now and you don't care about an RDJ head sculpt, for those who really can't wait, that's probably going to come out, like, at least in Hong Kong, probably October, November, right before the movie, December. When it gets, if you're a Sideshow customer, when it gets to you, God bless. Months.
I'm just picturing Aaron wearing all these rings.
Now, for me, I tell you, for me, I got the comic book version, the Hot Toys comic book version this past year. Mm-hmm. It's an awesome figure. And I was going into today, I was thinking, you know what? I got RDJ's head sculpt on a few Iron Man figures. I don't need another. I only need one Dr. Doom. So I thought. And then I saw this. I saw the throne. And that they Hot Toys, they're geniuses. They're evil geniuses like Dr. Doom. And they figure out a way for me to consider spending my money. And even though this is a big space killer, I am tempted to get the basic Doctor Doom, have him sit on the throne, because then I have my Hot Toys comic book version where he's standing holding the Doctor Strange's book there. So this is pretty freaking cool. The only question I have is that background, is that going to be cardboard or plastic?
It looks cardboard. Here, let's try to. Man, he looks great on the throne. But it does look cardboard though, like a cardboard insert.
So I don't know. Like for me, I wasn't planning on getting Doom until today, and then I saw that throne, and I'm thinking of getting it just to have him on the throne.
It says translucent panels, but I don't know if that means that it's plastic or not.
You know, I'm kind of winding down. You can see behind me all my Star Wars figures, and I'm more or less winding down on that. There's a few figures I'm waiting for. I haven't pre-ordered, and a handful I'm hoping they still produce, like the Episode 1 Obi-Wan. But when it comes to Marvel, I am not winding down. So this is going to be very painful to my wallet this next year or so.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it says the throne is complemented by a backdrop that showcases a green stained glass theme, transforming your display into a truly immersive throne room, which would be cool if it's translucent and you can light it from the back. That could be a really cool look in the display if you've got the lighting set up. So I could see that, and he does look like a freaking badass on this.
It's
throne.
cardboard.
He's got Bo-Katan here. Yeah, of course. It's a high quality card, right? Shane, tell us what your thoughts are here on Doom, all the different SKUs you could get. Is that a ring that you would wear out in public or to class on Mondays? Like, where are you at?
I've never wore rings before in my life, and
same actually.
I don't ever want to, but as I'm getting married next year, I'm going to have to wear at least one.
Oh, shit.
If anyone buys any of these with the rings, promise that they send them to Aaron, because he'll wear the fucking lot.
Yeah. I was going to say, what the fuck's your beef with the fucking rings? Who's got to put them with rings?
Each to their own. It's okay. Like, you know, you like rings, I don't like rings. It's okay. No, I
What's
just...
I
don't know. It's... You liked Captain Planet as a kid, didn't you? Is he muted?
Captain Planet,
like
Mr. Air?
Captain Planet.
No, I don't know what I don't know what that is.
I would have thought surely if you liked rings, you'd be into the Captain Planet cartoon. It's kind of like a classic. But yeah, okay. It looks good, but I just need to see the movie. Like, if this guy is like a tour de force, a force to be reckoned with, like a real Avengers level threat, and there's some like intensity, and how are they going to get out of this one? And it's really interesting, and it captivates me. Then it'll win me over. But like, it looks cool. There's no doubt. Love the base, but no, I'm not going to rush out. I won't be ordering any of these. Cyclops is tempting, but I don't think I'll be ordering any of these until I see the movie. But yeah, it does look good.
This is insane. Aaron, do you have any thoughts on Doom? Is this something that you would consider picking up for yourself?
Well, the ring looks good, doesn't it?
It does. I think it looks nice.
I'll take the ring.
There's loads of them, mate. There's loads.
I'll take the rings to Mordor.
No, not for you, bud. Not for you necessarily. Are you a wait and see for the film? If it hits you, then that's kind of where you're at.
I won't. Well, as Pete knows, I'm not going to see the film. I can sit here and say, I'm well interested in seeing the film. I won't have the time to see the film. Won't see the film.
No.
I'll have a ring if the ring's going.
Fair. That's fair.
Do you think these rings are actually going to be? I mean, we're not talking like hundreds of dollars, obviously, for the rings, but somewhat quality. Because to me, the first thing I think of is something that at least is having a Cracker Jack box, or like you go to, I don't know if they have Spencer Gifts where you are in your country, but there is like this cheesy store in shopping malls in the United States called Spencer Gifts, and like or like Claire's Boutique. That's the other one. And like my daughter would go to Claire's Boutique and get these like junk jewelry for $4 that she'd wear when she was a kid.
It'll make your finger turn green, but not in a cool Doomsday way.
You used to have Claire's accessories, but that still exists.
If someone gave me
same thing.
If someone gave me the ring, I'll take it. I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
So this is two already. This is your second ring.
Tell us what you think about Cyclops, buddy.
I think he's really cool. I do want a Cyclops for my my reimagined Avengers display. I even looked at the whatever it was, the Present Toys Mutant Man one, but wasn't great, and the sculpt just doesn't cut it. But yeah, I've wanted a Cyclops for ages, so I will be picking this one up. Although I'll try and get the one with the ring, Aaron, and I'll send it to you, and you got to make sure that you wear it. And get
if you're sending it to me,
and get the glasses as well that like wear that to school. But yeah, he
like
does,
like the Cyclops glasses. You want Aaron to wear that to school? Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
You guys might beg to differ, but I don't like the base with the Sentinel head. So can I get? Is there like a standard one without that, but still with the ring?
I don't.
So otherwise I'm out.
So.
If I can't get Aaron that ring.
Oh no, yeah, you can.
Yeah, there we go.
Looks like you can get the standard with a ring without the base.
Deal done. We're having
special edition exclusive.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy how many SKUs there are for each of these. Like that's a little bit wild. What are your thoughts on the James Marsden likeness? I've seen some people complain with regards to the mouthpiece. I think it looks just like him. I'm happy with this.
Yeah, I think it's good enough. And I don't really mind so much if it's not spot on. I think it's just a good representation of Cyclops. They're definitely the best one we've had from anybody, all the unlicensed ones and stuff, and Sideshow, things like that. So yeah, I'll be I want a Hulk. I'm going to get the Hulk, and I'm going to get this guy, I think, and that'd be me done for what I've seen so far. There'd be the two that I'd pick up from this. Obviously, the Hulk is Brand New Day, but yeah, from the Marvel.
Well, and I showed this to my lady today, and she's not she doesn't watch all the Marvel films and stuff, but as soon as I saw this picture come up, she's like, "Oh, that's Cyclops. Oh, that's James Marsden," and it was immediately like she knew exactly who it was immediately, which is a good sign.
It's good enough, like yourself, Ben. I'd only just scrolling through these as we went on, so I'll have a closer look, but it's good enough for me. I definitely bringing this guy home.
Ben, I think the big thing from... Go ahead.
You just said Milady, and I just thought of Ali G. Majuli. But I don't know.
Milady Majuli.
I think Aaron and Pete would probably appreciate that.
Bulakasha.
Yeah. Majuli. Yeah. I think he actually recently went to a tennis game.
He did.
Dressed as Ali G. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was in like a Wimbledon top that had like the marijuana flower on it, and he was telling people that come and see him in seat so and so if they wanted some gear.
Ridiculous. Wow, so funny.
I think this fan looks pretty cool, like the Blast fan. I think that looks pretty cool. For me, like I'm with some of the chat, and I'm seeing some of you guys kind of mention it. Because I haven't seen the film yet, I'm like, part of me wants to wait and to pre-order anything until I actually see this movie and see how well it turns out. But I gotta say, there are some pieces here, like this Marsden here with the jacket on. I'm like, that's a crispy looking figure just to have in the display. And I loved the original Fox movies. They were, like, I was a kid at the time, but like I didn't take them too seriously. But I thought they were fun movies. He got kind of nerfed in those movies, if I'm honest, in favor of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
They played him as the dick, didn't they? So
for sure. Whereas it's cool to see him back in kind of the Jim Lee inspired look.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, Shane? And then we'll go to you, Adam.
Like, again, you just took the words out of my mouth, like, as in, sometimes I like, like, we've been friends long enough that, like, I always say, like, it's not a movie director's job to recreate page by page every comic of a book and put it on screen. It's not their job. It's an artist's interpretation, and they take liberties with it. Yeah, and that's a fine balance, because you don't want to stray too far away from the source material and butcher it and piss off all the fans, and that's sacrilege. But at the same time, some things aren't going to work very well. Like, if they do take things directly from the pages, everyone looks like they're wearing pajamas. You'd end up getting the classic Loki for Loki, and no one wants to see that in MCU. Like, but here, and then say the Deadpool and Wolverine yellow and blue, they took that inspiration from, like, the either X-Men 97 or, like you said, Jim Lee, and they've run it through, like, what I call, like, I know, a reality filter, the MCU filter, whatever, and they've kept enough of the original. I think this looks so good. I was actually, when I saw him in the trailer, I was like, this looks so interesting. And the base, the fact that it lights up, and even like the base with the wires for those eyes, because it looks kind of all broken down and torn apart. You don't have to hide the wires, because it would make sense to be wires inside the Sentinel's, head. Like,
sure.
So, like, what I would think would be cool is like, say if you picked and choose your favorite X-Men and get the MCU representations that are reminiscent of that comic book style, or X-Men 97, like that red and blue, yellow and blue Wolverine from the Deadpool Wolverine, or like this one, or I even like the Cable. Yeah, it's not the exact same as the big jacked up comic book Cable, obviously, but it'd be interesting to see like the Gambit from this. It does look like it jumped off the pages of a comic book. I know there's differences, like, but this was the one that stood out to me the most. So yeah, I think they've been kind to him. They made him look young. I wonder, are they probably going back in time or something like that?
With James Marsden?
Yeah, he kind of looks like he's the age he was in the Fox movies.
I mean, he's aged pretty well. Like, I mean,
he looks pretty good.
Movies and he looks pretty
he's
good.
probably that's his type of guy. Like,
he's in Paradise, which is a great show. If you haven't seen it, he plays the president of the United States, and he looks pretty young. He's in good shape.
Yeah, I was just looking at this screen here instead of just a picture, guys, and only because I was looking to see if we could see if it was
it's USB
like a
powered.
USB. Is it USB? Because it doesn't say that here.
No,
it says it's LED, but it
USB.
doesn't say USB. It also doesn't say whether the jacket is leather or pleather-like, or like it doesn't actually
I'll check
give
in the
any
Sideshow
indication.
site and I'll get back to you.
Cool. What are your thoughts here on this, Adam?
I really like James Marsden's Cyclops, and I still have nostalgia for those first two X-Men movies. I don't think Doomsday is gonna fail. Now, record that and let me know just the night of December 17th after I see it if I still feel that way. But I really think that you have all the ingredients that this may not be I'm not saying it's gonna be the best Marvel, but it's gonna be a good Marvel. So I'm pretty confident I'm gonna enjoy it. If in terms of this figure, this is like a must-have for me in terms of a James Marsden Cyclops, and having the classic outfit. This is in terms of the figures I get, this is the one I feel like I gotta get the deluxe, because I'd like to have. I don't think every figure I need to have has to have like the Sentinel parts to it as part of the base. I think if I just had one, that's good enough. And I think this is the one I'd want, because you'd have like his Sentinel's head kind of broken apart, like Cyclops is just blasting it apart, and having that comic leather or pleather, whatever it ends up being, jacket for that look. I don't know if he's going to wear that in the movie or not. That doesn't matter to me.
Sorry to interrupt. The visor is actually USB powered.
Oh, well,
okay.
Sold.
Cool.
Take my money. I think this is, out of all the Doomsday figures, to me, this is this deluxe version is the must-have for me.
Hell yeah. Let's take a look at the next one here, because there's a couple on here. We got Gambit showing here as well, which this like almost looked AI to me when I first looked at it this morning, briefly with like a half eye open. I was like, what the hell's going on with his face there? I actually don't hate the likeness, though. I do see him in there. I think that there's some subtle tweaking that could be done. What I'm liking here is, unlike what we saw with his representation in the Deadpool and Wolverine film, I thought he looked a little bit like a stuffed sausage in a casing. Like, like his face looked chubby in the mask and in the cowl, whereas this, he looks a little bit more slender, like the Gambit that I'm more familiar with from the comics and honestly the animated shows. I also like that his hair is a little higher and more whippy. I just, again, like that look for Gambit more. I do think they could tweak the likeness just ever so slightly, but I don't think it's bad necessarily. I'm loving the look of the leather-like microfiber material coat that they've got here. Separate rolling eye system. Once again, another base that we're looking at here as well, which is pretty wild. Yeah, see, it loses the Channing Tatum likeness in this one a little bit for me, just ever so slightly. This base is pretty freaking cool too. Yeah, what do you think?
Go back to his mouth.
His mouth.
It looks like he's just got braces, and someone's saying, "Show me your new braces," and he's like, "No,
I'm ready to show you my braces.
It's just it's like pursed.
It's close, right? In the eyes, it's close. What do you think, bud?
Man, this could be another one. Just cut and paste what I said about the Cyclops. Like, this is when I think of Gambit from like the cartoon from years ago. Like, okay, it mightn't be exactly perfect, but they've definitely taken influence from the kind of classic look of Gambit. I completely agree with you. I don't think Channing Tatum was the guy to play Gambit, but I know he was kind of on a mission to play Gambit. I think it looks great. And I think it would be great for that kind of, MCU version of X-Men that harkens back to the look in the comics, or X-Men 97 or whatever. They've changed a bit. I think he had like these awkward silver metal kind of knee-high boots in Deadpool and Wolverine. I always thought they were kind of goofy. And I wonder if they've purposely changed the undersuit to be more black to actually make him look slimmer. Because he is a kind of a black is slimming, and he is beefy a kind dude. Of a that kind of he's a beefy dude. Yeah. Now maybe that's combined with maybe he leaned up more for this role, because I completely agree with you. It almost looked like a really, really good cosplayer in a Deadpool and Wolverine. So this is really cool. I'm kind of like, part of me is like, yeah, I hope I go see this movie and I don't like it. I'll save myself a small fortune. But I'm like, I really hope that this is good, so I get this and the Cyclops or whatever. But like, yeah, I think it's cool, man. I like it a lot.
I got a question. I don't know if Sideshow answered it. What size are these rings?
Pardon?
I mean, if there's one size, this ring, who's it actually going to fit? I got big fingers.
Dwarf.
So, yeah, I'm like.
Does it just say one size fits
X.
all? Yeah.
Yeah, really.
A midget.
So actually, probably the majority of people buying these are probably
I feel like they're more display rings. I don't think that they're necessarily.
How are you going to display it? Get one of those like funny rod things that you.
Or like a hand,
You do what my high school girlfriend did when I gave her my class ring. She put some yarn and stuff on it to fit on her finger.
Mm-hmm.
Or you wear it as a necklace.
Yeah, I was just thinking
I got
a major flaw there.
I gotta say, I'm not. I know I don't want to speak ill of the rings, because I know Aaron will get annoyed at me, right? But because he is Lord of the Rings, apparently.
He is.
Frodo articulates. So but I actually liked the metal cards, and I know a lot of people didn't like them. And I could take or leave the coins, but you can get these little. They're like little tiny little stands for coins and cards. I think the metal card might be next to your big chap or something like that. But I could take them or leave them.
But Gazoo says Taylor Kitsch played a better Gambit. I'm not a Tatum fan. I'm also not a Tatum fan, but I think the fact that he really wanted to play it makes it more exciting to see him in it. I guess if that makes sense, just because it's like he's such a big fan. Yeah, go ahead.
I felt like again he was a bit of a. He was in Deadpool Wolverine as a bit of a caricature, a bit of a comedy figure. They took the piss out of him and stuff. So I think possibly they pushed that outfit to be a little bit more ridiculous. So you saw him and thought, oh, he's a bit tubby for that, and he's a bit blingy. Whereas I think that played well for that movie, because obviously there was a lot of comedy and stuff. But here they've gone, okay, yeah, he's a serious character in this now. Let's make him look good. So I think it's definitely looks better.
I think I do prefer this, to be honest. The changes in the chair and the black outfit, and I hope, like obviously look, Channing Tatum, he's a handsome man like that, but I hope like he actually, not that he needs to lose weight, but like he's that kind of muscular, big, beefy quarterback type. I hope he like lean down for us just to suit the role physically better. Like look at him there, he's a chunk of a man.
Yeah. And I think to me that was part of the role. That's how they wanted him to look. Like he was a little bit washed up, and trying to seek kind of former glories and things like that. Whereas this is him like properly, top of his game kind of one in
like just to be clear, I'm not saying the guy is overweight. I'm just saying
no. But
he's got muscular bodybuilder.
Yeah, but I think that was part of what they wanted to portray him as in Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, he does look better here. I do agree. And again, I like the hair more in this figure. So we'll see. To me, I love the effects pieces. I think they've done a great job there. It's crazy to me they didn't give us Gambit for the Deadpool and Wolverine setup. Like they gave us two of the of the or not the Rebels, but the Resistance figures, right? But they didn't give us Elektra, they didn't give us Gambit, they gave us Blade, and they gave us X-23. So like you could still technically slide this in with that setup. I think if you wanted to, it's a little bit of a different look. But
I'm a little bit surprised they didn't maybe push an artisan on this one, because he's got that bouffon hair, and because of the headpiece, you're not going to get the separation between the head and the hair. It wouldn't have surprised me if they'd gone with an artisan as well, but I suppose he's probably not a well enough known figure at the moment, not popular enough to kind of risk that at this stage.
Possible, or honestly, it might just be like too much product and just not enough hold, if that makes sense, right? Like it almost like, because even like I know some of the criticism of like the InArt Pennywise figure, for example, that had the rooted hair. Product. It was like so glued that it was basically like you might as well be sculpted anyways.
Correct.
Which I think was kind of interesting. So because if we were gonna do a artisan figure, arguably I would say this one, this next one here, should probably be the one, right? Now, is it artisan though? Like
the hair at the
hair,
real.
long hair is wool.
Yeah,
the fringes coming out of the helmet.
So they're not calling it artisan, but they're calling it like a wool hair.
It doesn't look like it's removable, is it? So that's just a little tuft coming out the back of the helmet, I think.
Oh,
there's no pictures of him without that.
Good though.
Helmet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The likeness to Ian McKellen here is pretty wild, dude. That's insane. I don't know if I love this new look for Magneto. I still like his kind of original like OG look from the Fox films, but like
they've gone all out on these bases. There's a huge amount of room if you're going with them all with the deluxe bases.
Are they all different? Are they all slightly different?
Yeah, all slightly different.
Yeah,
because I think Adam said it that I don't know. Let's say like someone gets the Cyclops with that Sentinel base. Like I suppose if you're only getting one base, you'd pick out the deluxe version which has the best base, and then you could easily pose 2 or 3 around one shattered Sentinel. Right. Like I mean, that'd be my thinking if I liked the movie. Like I get maybe the Cyclops with his version because I think that's the one I like the most, and then put my Wolverine and my Deadpool around it, and I know with a Cable and obviously Cyclops and Gambit. I think that'd be pretty slick, man.
This likeness is pretty wild. Tell us in the chat, guys, what you think about this likeness. I think this is probably one of the better ones that are here, if I'm honest. Before I go to you, Adam, because I'm curious what your thoughts here are on Magneto. And we may have lost Aaron. I know he's been having a hard time with his microphone today, guys. It's sounding like he's got running water in the background. So he's been workshopping it, but I don't know if he can get it to go today. So we appreciate him being here either way. Poor guy, I had to keep muting him so I could hear everybody else. So, but we love that guy. So hopefully he can make it back on here today. But if not, we'll get him back another time for sure. And just because we have almost 100 people watching live right now, guys, if you don't mind just hitting the like button for me, that would go a long way to getting the video out today to everybody, especially since it's been about 2 months since we were live. It'd be really, really great to see those likes coming in. Also, if you're just joining the show right now, the Ben Thomas Show is demonetized. So we have no options to do any super chats or anything. However, I've got my phone in front of me, so if anybody wants to send a super chat style comment through the Buy Me a Coffee link, I will read your comment personally here as well. So just something to note, of course. But thanks for being here and getting crazy with us here on the Ben Thomas Show live on a Sunday. We're happy to have you guys all back with us here. Mr. Adam, what are your thoughts on Magneto here, bud? This thing looks crazy.
You know, it's rare that Hot Toys releases a series of announcements where I'm like, yeah, I want to collect them all. I want to collect them all. You know, I'm in the process of, we're starting to get ready to pack. We're going to be moving and probably by the holidays. So I'm thinking about that, of what my future collection room and how much space I'm going to have. The other thing I'm thinking about in terms of these figures, something we don't know yet. Are some of these guys really just going to be glorified cameos, or are there going to be a decent amount of screen time like some of the other Avengers? Like, you know, we can assume Steve Rogers, Thor, obviously Doctor Doom, some of the other characters, you know, they're going to have major roles. The Fantastic Four, I think, are going to have major roles. I think Cyclops probably will have a bigger role out of these, but is Gambit just a glorified cameo? We don't know, and that's kind of giving me a little bit of hesitancy to of course, you may just want these because you love the X-Men characters and collect them all. I'm thinking about for that move, man. I'm gonna need a whole shelf for this to get these because even if I just get, as I said, I think I'm just gonna get. I'm gonna get that Cyclops, no matter what, with the deluxe one, with the jacket, with the Sentinel, and I really love this Magneto. I mean that's like in art level head sculpt there. Really, I mean, just give him a wizard helmet and say you got and you got your Gandalf. That I think it's exception. They did, for the most part, an exceptional job with these. Listen, when Hot Toys wants to dial in, they dial in, and I think their artisans dialed in on that. Their artists dialed in on this. But you're gonna need, if you want to get these all, you're gonna need a whole shelf, guys. And we haven't even seen there's more coming. This is just the X-Men team. They're probably going to do the Thunderbolts, New Avengers, some of the ones they haven't done yet. They're probably going to do Steve Rogers, another Thor. That's given. They're going to have another Thor. So, buckle up.
Yeah, at least a short-haired Thor, I'd imagine, right? Like, I think you're 100% right there. I was just trying to see. Here we go. This is what I wanted to see as well. Give me one second.
Mystique as well.
Mystique is she's got an entirely new look, right? So I can definitely see that being the case.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They could do Florence Pugh's character and go brand her as Mystique. They could release them twice.
If this is anywhere as close to the box office of Infinity War or Endgame, think of how many figures they made for those two movies that are still for sale, frankly.
For sure. See, the hood on this is what's worrying me a little bit from some of these reveals, if I'm honest. But this has also not been shown officially by Hot Toys yet, the Professor X. And I do think that this sculpt on Patrick Stewart here looks fantastic. Shout out to Patrick Stewart. I mean, the man's retiring at this point, officially from acting. So this might be probably one of the last times we ever really see him in a role.
Legend.
And it's funny because, like, I've got my Exo-6 Picard figures and stuff, and there's a part of me that wants to buy this figure just to replace the head sculpt. Not that they're terrible head sculpts, but it's better. It is better.
Yeah.
This is the one that I wanted to see, which, again, we don't have a official release of yet. One sec. Boom. Okay. We got to talk about this beast, guys, because this looks terrible in comparison to the other options that we just saw. And I don't, me, I'm not innately a negative person. I think that this is a very early representation. They're probably going to be able to do a lot more. They did do what I was hoping for, which is put this kind of hairy material on the body. I'd called this out when we saw the Zeb figure from Star Wars, where I was like, if they can do fuzzy arms on Zeb, there is no reason they can't give us fuzzy torso and body on Beast. But the Beast looks like he's got the Wolverine hair from the X-Men.
Oh my god, he does.
Yeah.
Right?
Look at that.
It looks like it's been painted blue. It looks like the Wolverine hair. The face, I'm like, what's going on? I don't see Kelsey Grammer in that.
Yeah, no, it's terrible for him.
I think it's supposed to be, but like I don't know. Like, it doesn't really look like Kelsey Grammer. And it looks like he's wearing like one of those like fuzzy coats that the rich ladies wear. You know what I mean? It's like pink normally, but like,
oh my god, that's I'm looking at my Wolverine. That's totally Wolverine hair.
I think it's the same hair.
It is.
It's crazy. It is.
It even has the floppy down bit.
Yeah.
So like, there's a way. Like, I can see why they haven't shown us this officially yet, because I think that maybe this is just under construction. Like, they need to put more work into this. But you know what, I am happy to see that they are trying new shit. To their credit, at least they're trying new things when it comes to like hairy bodies and stuff. Work in progress for sure. Do you guys have any extra thoughts on either the Patrick Stewart or Beast?
It just looks like something out of the 70s to me at the moment. It's not looking good. I think it's
I can't remember what they call those kind of jackets, but
I think it's just it's a poor figure from a very strong lineup so far. I think can't really fault any of the other ones. I think we're all going to have the ones that we prefer and going to pick up. I personally have always found McKellen to look really goofy with the helmet on. I think Fassbender wore it a lot better. But obviously, that's the look, and it I'm guessing it's going to faithfully portray the look. The headsculpt looks good, but yeah, I just always find it a bit funny when he's got the helmet on, because it just seems to me he's Gandalf. He's always going to be Gandalf, and it's just funny to sort of see him like that. But yeah, hopefully this has some work done, and you know.
In terms of the Professor X figure, now again, as I said, we don't know how big a role he has in the film. So he may have a really huge role or an important role, and like, I got to have it from this movie. But would you rather have this, or would you rather have a version of him when he's in the first few X-Men films, where he's younger, you know, maybe wearing the suit in the chair? I mean, personally, I'd rather have the younger version, but having not seen this film, maybe it's important. I'm like, oh God, I got to have them both, or I'll be happy just with this one. I don't know.
I mean, you could pick up a decent suit cheaply enough if you wanted to pick this up and then swap that out. But yeah, I mean, he does look very, very old in that picture there. Like he's like 140, which is he's a bit scary, but he does, doesn't he? He looks a bit, yeah.
He's glued together just like Beast. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But I think that other shots I've seen look a bit, you know, the likeness does look good.
I don't know. Yeah, you know what? It's interesting you ask, Adam, because I thought the same thing when I saw this really reveal. I thought because they've gone with the Jim Lee inspired look for Cyclops, for example, I was expecting to see Professor X in his yellow wheelchair like you saw in Multiverse of Madness. Because I think that would have been a really cool, like, iconic chair for him to be riding around in, and that would have made me a little bit more excited. The fact that this is a little bit more toned down, similar to the Fox universe, makes sense, because I think that's the universe we're looking at. But I also, with the Jim Lee, as I said, kind of inspired artwork from we're seeing here, the yellows and the blues, I think seeing Cyclops paired up to Professor X in the big yellow, you know, chair, I think could have been really, really cool. So I'm a little disappointed not to see that back, but I mean, otherwise, I think it's otherwise.
Well, the other piece of it is, are you getting it? You know, take how well Doomsday is. Are you going to get this because your love for the X-Men or those original movies, or you really just want X-Men and you don't care about the movies? Because if that's the case, maybe, you know, patience sometimes is the best thing. Because we know they're doing a reboot X-Men. We know that they're casting it now. So you know, in 2 years. We know we're going to have, or 3 years, we're going to have that new X-Men movie. And those are most likely going to be more comic inspired or X-Men 97 inspired, I think.
Fair. It's interesting you asked that, because I think it's kind of almost both. You know what I mean? Like when I do a this, that, or both, it's kind of both reasons. Like I think for me, just like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man film did, Fox Universe X-Men and Spider-Man Tobey Maguire showed me what they could do with superhero films on screen, right? It was like, it took it from, I used to like comics, to, okay, they can make pretty cool superhero films, and I'm excited to see what the future of superhero films will look like and be like because of some of these. You know, X-Men 2, for example, is still, in my opinion, one of the best comic book movies of all time. Spider-Man 2 is easily one of the best comic book movies of all time. Like, they really got me excited about the future. And so these representations aren't the classic look of those movies in my brain canon, but I also don't think we'll see these again. I think once these figures have come and gone, like you said, they're going to make room for the new generation. So like if you like X-Men characters, then, but you don't care about the old movies, then I say wait for the new generation of collectibles. For me, I think I collect more based on that nostalgic punch in the chest that I always talk about. So I would rather see the characters in my display that brought the love of superhero film to screen than the new generation that I haven't built any love for yet, because I don't know what they're going to be like. You know, actresses like Sadie Sink, if she ends up being, you know, the new Phoenix, or the new, what's her name? Oh my God, it's on the tip of my
Jean
tongue.
Grey.
Jean Grey, thank you. If she ends, I'm sure she'll be amazing. She's an awesome actress, but I don't have that nostalgia yet, so I'm not excited to collect that.
I'll be interested. I might be interested in a Nightcrawler if they announce it.
Nightcrawler, yeah.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
100%.
Oof. I just don't think this looks great yet, guys. I don't know. I hope they tweak a lot of that comparatively to how good some of these other ones look. But again, lighting plays a big factor, because look, we just looked at those amazing pictures with Gambit, and this looks pretty rough, but because of the way it's being filmed and lit. right? So lighting and photos play a huge impact. So,
Always. Yeah.
Also, we have 120 people watching live right now. I think that actually might be a record for our live show here on the Ben Thomas Show. So
what a way
thanks
to
for being
relaunch,
here, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome to have everybody back. If you don't mind hitting the like button, guys, as you're walking in the door here, definitely appreciate it here. And we still got lots more to talk about from Sdcc here. Sentinel, actually, this is the first I've seen this. I haven't seen this yet.
No.
Ooh, okay.
Is that like a power pose or something? What size is that?
Yeah, I wonder what the size of that is going to be.
I would not imagine scale. Not with the hand.
Well, no, it can't be at all, right? Because that's crazy.
Is it going to be the same size as the Galactus that is coming out?
Yeah.
I feel like it would have to be, because otherwise, like all these 6-scale figures that we just looked at, right, that are standing atop of a damaged Sentinel, this can't be then figure size. Like, you know what I mean? This thing has to be like wildly different in terms of scaling. Pretty crazy. In terms of Shane, what would you say? Like, I know you said you're not super stoked to see Doomsday yet because you haven't seen it yet. It's, you know, the hype. But all of you guys, do these figure announcements get you more excited? Keep you pretty neutral? Has it changed anything for you, or are you kind of just like, no, let's still wait and see what this comes out like?
It's funny you say that, because I personally thought the 4 separate trailers they did was a bad idea. I thought it gave away a lot, and even the chairs, the lining up the chairs with all the actors' name on it, I don't think that was a good idea. I think that was basically, well, we're fresh out of ideas, but we're just going to put a load of people in that we know you like, and that says to me that they put more effort into getting people than an actual storyline. But to be fair, I haven't seen a movie. It could be the best storyline ever written. So the only one that did something for me is that little snippet when Cyclops like blasts into the sky or something like that. That was kind of cool, and he was wearing the old style, this style of uniform, whatever. But it didn't really do anything for me. And I heard a lot of people getting hyped about the new trailer, the actual trailer that dropped last week, whatever. Unfortunately, it just didn't move the needle for me. But I was looking at these today, and I was like, man, these kind of do more to get me excited about the movie than the trailers did, which is very weird. But still, I'm not that hyped about them. But just going back to what I said earlier on, I can envision a situation where I've got the deluxe version of this one, and then I've got Wolverine and Deadpool around them, maybe a Cable and maybe a Gambit. I think that would be a really cool display, you know?
We all know where you'll be on opening day. You'll be watching June 3.
No doubt in my mind.
You get to see Florence Pugh twice in a row.
Yeah.
If you watch both.
But Punesday, yeah? Isn't that it?
Yeah.
I have to give credit. That is not my joke. I believe that's
no, I had heard it before.
Dean the Dream. Yeah. Dean the Dream. That is
Dean the Dream.
His critical or not critical, not his wit at work. Look, Dune 3 is my most anticipated movie of the year, over the Odyssey and everything like that. You know, so and you
just
know
odd
how I feel about the Odyssey.
They've picked the same day. What do you think the Venn diagram looks? You'd think that the fan bases are pretty overlapping. You know, if you're into this stuff,
I think if you're into movies, they're both event movies. Yeah. They're not just movies. They're an event in their own self, and I think there'll be a massive overlap. But like I'm locking in.
I mean, it makes sense. Like most people are going to have some time off over Christmas, so there should be time to go and see. You know, both of them over that.
I hope Dune 3 sticks to landing, because that could be up there, one of the best trilogies ever made. Like, you know, up there.
For me, it moves the needle enough. For me, it gets me excited. I'm excited to see these representations. Pete, you said, you know, are these just going to be cameos? Are they going to be, you know, like it's only a 2-hour and 40-minute movie. You know, it's crazy, right? Like, you think about all the controversy of the Odyssey. I still haven't seen the Odyssey, but what I've heard anyways is that, you know, characters like, or people like Elliot Page, for example, everybody was super worried about how much screen time these folks would have, and then they had about 2.5 minutes in the whole movie, and that was it. And it's like,
the build up.
Yeah,
build
it's
up to
like, does that
movie
necessarily
has been ruined by a culture war, and both sides are as
100%.
bad as each other?
100%.
Just ruined so much anticipation for that movie.
But do we? I think another one on the flip side. How many of these people are going to die? Because it's really closing off.
I think all of them immediately.
They're all going to die.
Yeah,
I think all of them immediately. I think that's the point.
Epic as well, doesn't it? This is their last look of that person playing that role. They're done now,
but,
and they're
in Secret Wars, which is December 12 months, December 2027, they're going to bring a load of people back. So I wonder, do they bring the back people who are going to die in this, or I'd imagine there has to be legitimate deaths.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine people will die and won't come back in this, and something will get the ball rolling, and then they'll inevitably have to bring back other people from bloody everywhere to fight in Secret Wars.
Because you think about it, like Days of Future Past, for example, like we got a chance to see a couple of characters right at the beginning of that movie that all died because of the Sentinels, and that was a pretty impactful scene, even though it was only a couple of minutes long, right? And so, like, if the story is good, like Music and Collectibles says here, kind of what I'm thinking. I hope it's not just another fan service movie if it's poor writing. Like, that's still fan service. If they do it well, it hits. If it doesn't hit, then it's like, okay, then it just feels like they jammed people in to get us to, get butts in the chair, right? So,
well, for me, if there's a hype train, I'm in the cab of the train. I'm in the front of that train. I can't be more excited. I got my tickets the day they went on sale for the December 17th preview night show of Doomsday, and I can't be more excited now. I in terms of, is it going to have poor writing? Obviously, we don't know these things, but what we do know is the Russo brothers are back, and when it comes to Marvel productions, they're batting 1,000. Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, those are the best of the best, in my opinion, of the MCU. So we know that they brought back Steve Rogers and RDJ in a different role, but they saw there's some things that weren't working right, and they course corrected, and they did the right thing, which other franchises have not done. So I think, is it going to be the best Marvel film? We'll see. Is it going to be up there among the best Marvel films? We'll see. But I'm pretty confident it's not going to. Knock on wood here on my desk, it's not going to be a piece of junk. Hopefully. We'll find out December 18th.
Yeah.
Hopefully so, good sir. Hopefully so. Let's move on, guys, because we still have a couple more things that I want to quickly talk about. We'll breeze through some of these because some of it's older news already. It's amazing, like 1 week when there's this much stuff going on, a lot of it already feels like old news, but we'll still address it anyways. Again, we have over 100 people here. Thanks for being with us today on the live show. Love to see you guys all here. Love your faces, of course. Let's see really quickly. Have you been able to vet this? I saw in the live chat earlier that Hicks has been taken down, that the slide has been taken down. Is that true?
Yeah, I just went in to Sideshow and just went into Hot Toys and went from newest and then clicked the filter for coming soon. And there's some of the really old stuff that was put up for RSVP that never actually happened, and then the power loader is still there. Hicks is gone. However, I will say, sometimes they remove the RSVP before they put it up for PO. That has definitely happened before.
True.
I think it's really bad if this has been, because how many people will have clicked buy on the Queen, the Ripley, thinking they're getting a Hicks, and then
or just the Marines in general, right? The Colonial Marines,
yeah, exactly. I think that'd be
100%
bang out of order if they
very random one for them to just flash
Tease.
and then remove. Like it, I think maybe it could be that whatever reason it's not ready, or sometimes they do remove the RSVPs, and you'll see people post going, they remove the RSVP on something XYZ, and then the next day you see it posted. So like, hopefully it's that one.
Yeah.
Well, because even for me, I was thinking about Michael Biehn, just the actor, right? And I mean, how many people have wanted to see him for the Terminator film, right? Like the actor likeness to Michael Biehn, right?
Yeah,
like, I mean,
he's never had an official portrait. No.
You know, just on that, Ben. Sorry, I'm gonna try. I don't. This is a bit longer story. It is very relevant. I'm gonna try and get it done in less than a minute. So,
no worries.
You know the phrase "he's awkward with his likeness," and you hear that, and it's like, I think some people just say that and go, maybe he's awkward with his likeness, and then other people hear it and go, well, you know, Shane said he's awkward with his likeness, as if we know things and we don't have any connections or anything. And I think people just run with it then. However, with Michael Biehn, he was disgusted at how his character was killed off in Alien 3 at the very start. And apparently, to explain how he was killed, there was a mold that they used when his face got damaged in Aliens, when the acid gets on his face. And apparently there was a prop of him with something burst out of his chest made for Alien 3, and he became aware of it through someone he worked with. Said, I was just down there and I think Pinewood Studios, and I saw you. And I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, there's a bust of you, and there's a chest buster. And he rang him, and he got his people onto their people, and eventually he got a load of money from it because he refused to allow them use the mannequin. They actually denied the mannequin was there, but they want there's a part of Alien 3 where you see Hicks deceased as just his picture, a little digital picture, and he got a lot of money for that. So I think this is not his first rodeo, and that's going back 20, 30 years ago. So he probably is particular about his likeness, which would explain why we haven't got them, which maybe they jumped the gun here. I really hope they didn't. I hope you just gave him a load of money and said, yeah, grand, go for it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, especially since there was controversy around this character, I think, which is interesting, right? It's not like you said, like if he was disgusted by that, like that could be the controversy just right there. What were you going to say, Pete? What are your thoughts?
Oh, just that I'd love to see an official head sculpt of him, because he's never had one. Because the original Alien one was before they had any character likenesses, or they just really shit at doing. You know, it was a really bad head, and I've got a custom one on there, but no custom artist has ever got close. The Carl Reese ones are no good either. So I mean, I'm all over this if they can nail the head sculpt.
Well, and the downfall here is that, like, you know, I don't think Hot Toys has the license to Terminator 1. It sounds like that's what InArt has, and it sounds like they have the likeness to Terminator 2, which obviously no Kyle Reese. So there's a good chance we still don't see a Kyle Reese, even if the Hicks comes to fruition.
I've heard mixed reports.
Right? So
I've heard that they have no intention of doing a Kyle Reese, and that the InArt are not finished with the Terminator 1 license, and that they're going to do a Tech Noir, but they're not going to do a Kyle Reese. But then I've heard someone made a throwaway comment on a stream, and I was like, I think there's something to that, because the person is kind of linked to them.
But
so,
are they doing a Sarah Connor?
From the first one?
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because I mean, you've got to have both, really. I think it's silly to have.
If you're going to have Kyle Reese,
Sarah
that's
Connor.
true.
Yeah,
100%.
I think
100%.
John, their marketing person, was on Will Fox Vacation recently, and I think he was asked that, and I think he said no, or not right now on
imagine the perm.
Kyle
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Well, you're going to have to pose them. You're going to need a little 6-scale bed.
That's true.
Yeah, and her like that.
Oh my god!
I wasn't going to go there, but I just crossed it in, Pete.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I smacked it away for a home run.
And you looked just as beautiful as well, Pete.
That's what I thought. Yeah, the same intensity.
You did, honestly. Yeah. True. And then the power loader. It sounds like from everybody at the con who knows any different, if you've seen the power loader, the first representation, the 1.0 in person, sounds like what we're seeing on display, at least in Sdcc. Is the original one, maybe just painted up a little bit more. So there's a good chance that this can either hit the graveyard also, or end up being redone. It's hard to know.
I know that Justin said that, but I don't know how anyone would actually know that unless they walked in with their 1.0 and were. How would you know? I think they did a really good job on the first one. I think it's very difficult for someone to actually say that is definitely.
I want to say like the power switch is in a different place and in like an incorrect place. So it's like if they've done it again, then they've made it again with the power switch in the wrong place again, and like some of those types of things that were like, ooh, maybe.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know. I've got it, but I don't know enough of like.
Someone else said that it was the first one that they just threw a bit of paint on, but that mightn't mean that the one that goes up, the prototype for pre-order, is still the first one with some paint on it. It might be like, okay, this is just, we want this next to the Queen, but the new one might be, I don't know, a bit bigger or a bit more accurate, or maybe they've got the switch in the right place, whatever. We're just going to have to wait and see. I don't think this is going to end in the graveyard, whatever, but Hicks, I really hope he doesn't, but I think the power loader we're going to see probably during the week.
Yeah,
I'll be pissed for everybody if Hicks gets taken down. That's one that I'm like, don't tease us like that if you're just gonna rip it away. Like, I don't think that's like, I know that they've done that with other things before, but I feel like as long as I've been collecting 6 scale, if you are an Aliens fan, like, you've been asking for the Colonial Marines, like, that's what you want.
At very least, even just one.
Even just one, right? So, shout out to Mondo Toys. They've had a pretty cool display booth at Sdcc 2026 as well. I won't go too much into these ones, but I just wanted to highlight a couple fun photos of the turtles here. I really like the look of the Shredder, and the turtles themselves look very, very cool. I think I'll do a couple Mondo videos down the line, so just stay tuned for that, because I do like Mondo as a line of toys. They're pretty cool, but I'm a big Turtles fan as well.
I like the figures, but they're expensive. It's difficult to get hold of them, like the Donatello. And I display them with none of this stuff on, just have them like completely classic. So a lot of the money that you're spending on all these accessories and different looks, it would just all stay in the box, because I just want that classic look. So yeah, I won't be picking these up, but I do really like them, and they look great.
True. This one surprised me a lot. J&D Studios now has license to Star Wars, which was unexpected. I know companies like Inart have been trying to get the Star Wars license. Hot Toys has traditionally had it for a long time. Now, this is a 3rd scale, so not a 6 scale. This is the 3rd scale. The only reason I really wanted to show it was there's been a lot of talk over the years of the actor Jake Lloyd here not being very willing to actually give his likeness rights because of how bad of an experience he had with toxic fans after Phantom Menace came out, right? I mean, people just tore the kid apart for years. I will say, though, this likeness is freaking insane for 1/3 scale. It does look really good. The hair looks good. The equipment that he comes with is good. If you get the upscaled version with the Greedo also looks really, really good. I'm not a 3rd scale collector, so this will be a skip for me. But I couldn't believe it. Or sorry, not Greedo. Watto, my apologies. I couldn't believe that the Anakin and Watto was $2,500. That is freaking insane. That is insane. So, like, to me, it's nice that J&D has Star Wars, and maybe we'll see a little bit more of characters that we, haven't gotten from other companies before. But if it's 3rd scale, it's going to be a skip. And if it's going to be a price point like that, for me at least,
I will go on record officially here to say, unless I become officially rich, as Shane put it earlier, I would never own a J&D figure, just because of, I mean, even that Robert Joker, not that I give a damn about it, was like 700 quid or something.
I actually went with that, but for the record, I am not rich. That was a joke. It was my attempt at humor.
Well, this is a roadmap.
One day.
This is a roadmap for Hot Toys. Hopefully, we'll replicate in terms of 1/6 form.
That's why I wanted to call it out.
Watto and Anakin.
That's why I wanted to call it out, buddy.
And when I talked about like my Star Wars winding down, this is one of the gaps I have. Is I want to get that Episode 100%. 1 Anakin, and I'd love to have Watto with him.
Yeah, it's this guy, and it's the Obi-Wan as well, and then we're done.
Yes. Yep.
Especially since they've gone back to the Phantom Menace line with the artisan Qui-Gon Jinn, right? And like we need the young Anakin. Like, it's a very noticeable gap in everybody's collection, and the reason I highlight it here is maybe he's not as stringent with his likeness rights as we all thought. Maybe it's
he's hard
Hot Toys being nervous to make a kid. Well, maybe it's Hot Toys being nervous to make another kid figure like we've seen before.
Well,
right?
yeah,
like
that was.
Is that
but at least it's not got
more the case?
He's not got his
belly out.
His belly out, yeah.
I think. Well, I also think he was going through a period where he was having some mental health and substance use issues, and I think maybe that might account for it.
For sure.
And Star Wars fans were horrible to him.
Yeah.
Horrible.
That's the reality. Is no one hates Star Wars as much as Star Wars fans. I think
Defective says he needs a boob job.
Didn't he follow a similar path to poor? I always look back at Eddie Furlong, and I just feel like after T2 he was instantly famous.
Didn't they both give up acting after that, pretty much, didn't they?
Yeah, well, Edward Furlong was supposed to be in Terminator 3, and the story was a lot different, and part of his contract was like he had to stay sober because he was having addiction issues. But to celebrate getting the role, he went out and he was caught and he was fired.
Brutal. This one from Sideshow was one that I feel like I did not need. I've got the Sideshow Beetlejuice, the 1.0 that they've done. I really love that figure, actually. I love the belly they've got on him. I think the likeness is great. The crazy hair is great. The detail that Sideshow put into the hand sculpts alone for Beetlejuice on that figure were insane. I mean, honestly, kudos where it's due. But this scene of the movie is probably one of my least favorite scenes, if I'm completely honest. I think the Red Dress Lydia does look good, and I think even her likeness here looks pretty great. I like the Beetlejuice likeness. I think it looks pretty good. But I don't know if I need the whole like movie scene, if I'm honest. I just love the idea of having Beetlejuice be in my display, and because I've got him there, I think the only addition that I'm planning to put with my current Beetlejuice is the other Sideshow Lydia that they've given us, where she's got the black rimmed hat and the camera and the photo of the Maitlands. I think that that's a more fun display than the marriage Beetlejuice here. But like, I would also say, if you have the space in your display and you're a huge Beetlejuice fan, man, like, will this color palette like crazy pop in a display? So it's cool to have. It's not one that I'm going to chase down. Of the 100 people in the chat right now, are any of you guys going to go in on the Beetlejuice line? Shout it out and I'll pull your comment up. But
I love how casual you just said that. Out of the 100 people in the chat, even though I've taken a hiatus for 2 months, just all 100 of you, would you mind just saying hello? I think that's, I in fairness, I think that's amazing the way that like, you haven't been here for a while. Obviously your channel, you've had definitely some hard luck at the channel. And I think it's great that people have come out to support. So fair play, Ben.
Yeah.
I'm really happy all you guys are here, honestly. It makes me feel very good, so thank you very much for being here. Including my panelists who are hanging out on a Sunday with, hey, you say that, guys, but when I started streaming, and when Pete would help me back in the day, even like you, Shane, on some of the first videos, we'd have like maybe 7 people watching. And we would still have a show with the same level of energy that we have now. It's the same thing, right? But
what are you talking about? If we get 7 on OFAC, we think that's a cause for celebration. Yeah, nobody watches us live.
That's fair. I mean, it's just like, it went from kind of dry news though for a bit there, right, to now there's so much 6 scale that even if this came in on a really dry week, I might be like, maybe. I might be more inclined, but the amount of dollars that are coming out of my wallet right now for collectibles is kind of insane, including this frickin' guy, right? This Hulk, seamless body Hulk, is what we've been waiting for. You guys probably saw my take videos on it, so I'll leave it more to the panelists on this one. But like, for the love of God, when the Red Hulk came out with those egregiously bad knee joints, look at this. Like, I think I put a picture in here. Did I? Yeah, I did. When the Red Hulk came out with this many seams on the body and the knee joints and everything, I was like, oh my God, that looks terrible. What the hell? Are they ever not going to be able to give us a seamless body? And I had, oh man, I don't even think it would be hyperbole to say at least 50 different people say that I'm an idiot, that there's absolutely no chance that the silicone technology exists, that you could have a seamless body for a Hulk. He'd collapse under his own weight. It would never work. Stop asking for things they can't do. Stop. But then I made a video to say, well, why, as collectors, are we setting the bar for what companies can or cannot do? Why are we telling them what they're capable of or not? Why don't we just see? And here's a good example of that, where I'm glad people still said this is what they wanted, because now that they've been able to give it to us, it looks friggin' amazing. And it goes from having one that looks like it's a shrunk down Hulk in your display to a toy beside it with the Red Hulk. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
The likeness, I think, is crazy. The R&D that they've put into this body this is not going to be the first time that we see this Hulk body. They may repaint it a little bit to see maybe the Avengers Hulk or a Ragnarok Hulk 2.0 down the line, the Gladiator Hulk, right? Like, some of those options we might see more of. So if this isn't the Hulk that you must have, I do think that we're going to see still more of them. I think my only complaint with this Hulk, and I don't know if it happens in the movie yet, so maybe this is the reason, I think it would have been cool to have him having the clap hands, right? The Hulk clap. I think that could have been really cool in terms of a display. But otherwise, this may or may not be coming home for me already. Like, I'm already kind of like, damn, I think I need this. And shout out to 16 Fix. shout out to 16fix. He told me not to go in on a Facebook Marketplace deal like 2 years ago on a Hulk for like $500. He was like, Ben, they're gonna make another one. Just be patient. I was very patient for 2 years. I dragged him a lot because I was like, this, I don't know, maybe not. And then here we go. So Pete, what do you think about Hulk here?
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
The seamless
he's awesome.
body.
Absolutely love it. I think it looks great. I mean, again, with my Avengers line, I'm very much it's just mix and match from all different movies and stuff. So I don't really care that people are saying he's too big, his head's too small, blah blah blah. He's got grey hair. Don't want one with grey hair. I don't care. I think he looks fantastic, and I'm really excited to get this guy in the collection. I think people are saying that, oh yeah, well they're gonna do the Avengers 2012 version, but the thing is, he is a lot bigger in this movie, and you know, if people bang on about movie accuracy, but then they go and buy like a recolored younger version of this when they bring it out for 2012, and they're just going to pretend that he was this big in that movie, then I think there's I don't care about that. I think he looks brilliant. I like the fact that he's like half a meter tall, because to me, Hulk should be that much bigger than that's not necessarily because of comic accurate, because back in the old, the original ones, he wasn't that much bigger. Than he was probably only like 7 foot tall. But I think for me, throughout the Avengers movies, they've very much built it up that he does become like massive, and that he's such an elemental force kind of thing. So again, displaying could be tricky, but obviously with the Hulk, you can always get him even on the left there. You're probably saving an inch or two by having him stooped with the knees bent, and I really like that pose there. It looks really good. So I will be pre-ordering this. I don't know when any of these are going up. I know that some of them are on Sideshow, but I just keep checking Kit all the time so I can get my pre-ordering on this one.
Absolutely. Quick shout out. I want to say a quick thank you to Deguito, who just sent in a buy me a coffee link for $25 super chat. Dude, thank you so much for your support, man. That's really appreciated. He says, glad to have you back on a Sunday, especially this Sunday that has so many drops, aka Deguito. Dude, you're the man. Thank you so much, dude. $25, that's super generous. I really, really appreciate you, buddy. For sure. And it's interest.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, Aaron's just sent his apologies. Wanted me to pass his apologies on. He says he's had a hell of an evening, and the mic issues just sent him over the edge. So totally appreciate that, buddy.
We love Aaron, man. He's a great dude. Go and follow Aaron Articulates. AARRAN Articulates. Awesome freaking show over there. He's super funny rants, dude. So definitely go and do yourself a favor. Man, hilarious. And it's interesting, Pete, because you mentioned the size, right? So I had mentioned the size because I was like, wow, he is going to look big in comparison to even some of the other Hulks that we have, or like a She-Hulk or whatever, right? But then you think about it, like he's pumped with so much gamma radiation that he gets bigger the more angry he gets. So in my opinion, this is just a really pissed off Hulk then. If he's this big, he's pissed. And I'm excited to see why. I'm excited to see how he gets to that level, right? Why is he so large, if that's the case? Shane, did you have any thoughts on the Hulk here before we skip over to the Alien Queen?
I think it's the best 1/6 scale Hulk that they've done to date. I can see why someone would wait, because if Avengers 2012 was your thing, and maybe like they've been talking for the longest time about like potentially getting a 2.0 of everything. It's only a matter of time before you get the Mark 7 diecast USB powered. That Hulk that they made for Age of Ultron, they're gonna reconfigure it, and you're gonna get that other one. And if you want it, if that's your movie, I can see why you'd wait. But no, this looks incredible. The size, the seamless joints, the two head sculpts, the paint applications for the little hairs and stuff like that. Seamless ankles.
It's crazy. The seamless ankles is insane. That is
like?
Insane. I think the base is a little bit boring, but I mean, these guys can pretty much stand by themselves without a base anyways. He looks like he's got a pole up his ass. That's why I don't love it. But it's a little wild. Like, he looks like he's sitting on it. He's pissed. It's like, oh my god, what did I just sit
poles, on? I hope for those bigger figures like this Hulk, and like the Queen, and like Robocane, that they're just like for the extra cautious collector, and that the collectors who doesn't like to use them, like me, that the figures will still carry their own body weight. I really hope that's the case.
Yeah, I have the Avengers 1 Hulk, and I have the Endgame Hulk, and I don't have them on stands, and they stand just fine. No issues.
Yeah, that's they do.
Moose says he's unboxing Red Hulk. Don't rain on parade. You know what, for everybody, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade. I still think he's a cool figure. I was just annoyed with Hot Toys that they didn't try to upgrade the technology there when they clearly had it at their fingertips. They could have waited. They decided not to. And what they've done is they've left room in the tank for a potential 2.0 in the future of a seamless body as well. And I hate when Hot Toys does that. They're a toy company at the end of the day. It's not that it's not expected, but like, come on. If this technology was at their fingertips, like, screw you, man. That's not cool. Uriel says, give us a 2003 Hulk. Is that the Eric Bana Hulk from my recollection? I think that might be the Eric Bana Hulk. That'd be a fun one. The Ang Lee movie. But also, I still liked the Ed Norton Hulk as well from 2008. I liked his representation of Hulk as well. So that could be pretty cool. But let's skip over here to the Alien Queen. This thing is freaking wild. I don't know if I've had a chance to actually hear Shane's take on this yet, so I'm a little excited. For me, I think this is too big for me. Whether it's true 6 scale or not, which it sounds like it's not, I don't know where the hell I would put it in this apartment. It is huge, but also, like, but yeah, no, I think that's it. Not even an also. I just don't know where I would put it in this apartment. I need like an entirely different collection room for shit this size. And with me waiting on still things like the DeLorean Mark II from Blitzway, with me waiting on the 4-pack of Ghostbusters that I think will never come, and so many other things. So many other things. I'm like, but I think this has Grail potential written all over it, because I honestly don't think they're going to give us this again, at least not for a pretty significant period of time, which means if you're the one of the chosen ones who can find a way to put this in your display, I feel like it'll be a very, very special piece to have, truly. And I'm happy to see it. My only complaint in my take video, and I was in line with Dean Knight on this one, so shout out to Dean Knight as well, I'm happy he called this out, was that the teeth do look coffee stained. When I remember the film, this is the scene that I remember on the right hand side where you can see that the teeth look extremely clear, and it always looked like the Queen's mouth was just like dripping with saliva. It was really gnarly and gross, and the toy looks really clean in terms of the mouth, no drippiness, and also the teeth are very, very stained. It just isn't as accurate as my recollection of the film. As soon as I saw the figure, that was the first thing I went back to. So shout out to Dean Knight for that. On the other hand, I also love the depth of the coloration of the teeth on the figure itself and the look of the mouth. And I don't know what they call the piece that comes out, like the extra little mouth. I don't know what they call that, if there's a specific name for that.
The lunging inner jaw.
The lunging inner jaw.
Yeah.
I really didn't like the way they did that on the Alien Romulus figure. It looks actually like it's unpainted white plastic in the mouth, and so I never actually display it. Whereas I really like the detail of this one. I think it looks really gnarly and gross. So shout out where it's due. Kudos where it's due for Hot Toys. This was a pretty crazy surprise. Shane, I'll go to you on this one first, buddy. What was your initial thoughts on the Queen?
Shock, horror. Didn't think they'd actually do this one. I was thinking it was going to be Ripley, Alien Warrior, Power Loader. Still think the Power Loader is coming. I just want to read something out really quickly just to give you an idea. Like, so the full size Queen was 4.27 meters tall. That's 427 centimeters, or for the Americans at 14 feet tall. Now this bit's crazy. 2 performers sat inside torso to control the Queen's 4 arms. Additional puppeteers controlled the legs using rods. The head was animated with hydraulics and servos with up to 4 operators, and another operator manipulated the tail independently. Like, this is just like practical bloody genius effects at their best. So look, I think it looks incredible. I mentioned earlier, like, yeah, it's not 1/6 scale. That'd be like 72 centimeters high. That works fine for me because I definitely wouldn't be able to display 1/6. I've some chance of displaying 1/8. Ben, this is one of those things where, like, you know, you could have a high quality movie, a movie that's very well made, that is, like, you know, critically acclaimed, that you hold in high regard, and then you can have nostalgia, right? And sometimes the nostalgia movies, they're not necessarily great movies, and sometimes they are. This is one where they're like completely together. Like it's one of the best sequels ever made. It holds up today. I know if any of you watched the recent 4K one, it just looks like it's made yesterday. And then to take a character that I never thought that they would actually make, like it's one of the best monster designs in cinematic history, and one of the probably the greatest practical effects in cinematic history. So usually I have a rule where if I've nowhere to put something, I can't buy it. Perfect example, the 1/6 scale Jazz Inc. Batwing. Ogled it. I absolutely ogled it. I spent way too much time on that website looking at it, but it was just never going to happen. But the Queen here, I'm going to make an exception. I think I can display it. I just have to get this. Yeah, I think it looks incredible. You're not wrong on the teeth. They do look more white or translucent. But it's not that the teeth on the figure look bad. They just don't look entirely accurate. They might tweak it.
Well, because even the NECA, this is the NECA on the right-hand side here. The NECA, which is a significantly smaller scale, arguably is also then more accurate to the film than the Hot Toys, which I think that's a miss. I don't think Hot Toys should ever let a company like NECA
I'd say the NECA
accuracy.
teeth are more accurate, but if you look at the
everything else,
the Xenomorph paint apps and the sculpt on it and the shape on it, I'd argue that Hot Toys is more accurate and that more detailed. But yeah,
but like significantly lower cost, right? I mean, considering.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing. Was this going to be $600 plus or something?
$620 before tax and tariffs and whatever made up charges. My country or your country or whoever, everyone's country is different with imports and VAT and customs, and it's a big ask. Yeah, it kind of goes back to what Pete was saying. Like, things are getting more expensive. A lot of these bigger pieces, whether they're vehicles or back computers or bloody alien queens or power loaders, are suddenly appearing more, and you really have to pick and choose. Like, yeah.
Shane, I'm interested to know what you. Oh, go on.
I was just going to say,
that.
He says, the Queen prototype is blue at SDCC, but brown at ACGHK. Like, that's weird.
I was about to ask Shane if he liked the fact they had the really blue look, because they didn't go with that with the Alien Warrior.
Is that the lighting in the convention as well playing a role, or are they two different prototypes, do you think?
I've not seen the brown
if it looks brown, it's got to be two different prototypes, because that one on SDCC display looked blue as hell, like really, really blue.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah,
and the Alien Warrior necessarily didn't look as blue in certain conventions, because in the prototype images they did. And the thing is, these things were all like, when I watched that movie as a kid, and I'm sure you're the same, they looked slimy and dark and kind of black and brown. They didn't look blue. The only hint of blue is because of the color grading in the movie is notoriously blue. But I like the blue hint. It doesn't ruin it.
I like it because I think it just makes the details pop better. Being that light, slightly lighter color rather than just being black.
This is going to be such a big box.
It will be.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah. That's you got to do like a live unboxing of it, I think, Shane, where it's like you pull it in your collection room and like physically like cut the tape, pull the thing out. You know, you got to figure out a way.
Might just leave this one in the lab in school, like, you know, and just have it at the back. What's this? Don't mind it. Don't worry about it.
This is like getting a vehicle, a hot, you know, the Tumbler or the DeLorean or the Dewback recently from Star Wars. A huge box, and it's that sizable space commitment you're going to need. I mean, this is awesome. I kudos to Hot Toys for finally, I think there's been a lot of fans who've wanted this for a long time. I want this. I don't know where I would put it, but
so cool.
If it was up to me, I would get every single one, every single figure produced from Aliens. I mean, I'm with Shane. This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
The young girl with Sigourney Weaver, her name is Newt. Right, Newt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remembering that right?
Carrie Henn.
Yeah.
It's Carrie Henn.
I feel like they almost needed to give a representation of her as well, right? Because it's like that whole scene with Sigourney and like "Stay away from her, you bitch," and like all of that. Like now they've got the alien queen and the power loader potentially. It's like I feel like that's going to be the only kind of character missing from that whole.
And she was pivotal in the decisions she made, and she forced the growth. She had been Ripley had been stranded in space, obviously, for years. She didn't get to see her own kid grow up, and her own kid lived a long, healthy life and passed away. She missed out on all those maternal years. And then she effectively kind of like her de facto kind of like adopted kid in the movie, that she was like, I'm determined to look after this kid. And yeah, like but it's like Hot Toys. It's why we don't have a Jake Lloyd.
I'm really disappointed that they didn't do a version of Ripley with Newt holding Newt. That would have been great.
Like Deck and Thea.
Exactly. And if they wanted to be really cheap and cheeky, they wouldn't really even need her likeness. If you're going to display it,
I was have her holding it looking backwards, right?
Her head's like sort of nestled into her shoulder kind of thing. That's how I've got my custom, because there is it's very difficult to. I ended up using the old Star Race Hermione Granger head sculpt, because basically the head's turned into Ripley's body, but the hair's perfect, get it all grimy and stuff like that. So it's very difficult to kit bash one for the body, stuff like that. So I was really hoping that they would bring our Newt out. So we've not seen that thus far. So my custom will have to stay as is. I love this movie, and I agree with Shane. I loved watching it in 4K. A lot of people moaned, "Oh, it's not how it looked when I saw it." Well, go and buy a 50p DVD from the charity shop and watch it like you saw it in, because I don't think many people have got VHS players anymore. But if you want to look at it all fuzzy and not very sharp and a bit crappy, go get the DVD. But I loved the presentation on 4K. I saw things I'd never seen before.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
There's some
amazing.
The outlines and some of the things are so sharp.
Yeah.
It just looks like it was made in the last 5 years.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
And I think there's this kind of romantic notion about film grain, and like I get it. It does add a certain kind of a vintage look to it, but I don't think with the director that was Jim Cameron was looking for that vintage look when he was creating this cutting edge sci-fi movie. That film grain, it's just like the way the chemicals interact with the film, and it distorts it. It looks kind of cool in some movies, like a Tarantino movie or an old Western or something.
Gritty kind of dialogue heavy kind of scenes, but this one is just, you want to see all the bang for your buck on the screen, and it holds up so well. You are seeing it in crystal clear 4K cleaned up image, and it doesn't look dated, does it? None of it all holds up, all the effects and stuff. It's great.
You know what it looks like? It looks like I want to put it on right now.
Yeah.
Well, and somebody in the comments said that they basically had her on a makeshift forklift, basically, to hold up the puppet, which is pretty crazy. And my immediate thought was,
"That's a big Twinkie."
A big Twinkie. You'll love to see it. Guys, I want to wrap up the show here pretty soon, just out of respect for the panelists. I did have the Punisher on the slides, but I think I'll skip the Punisher for now. You guys have probably seen my thoughts on the Punisher for the most part. I think my big takeaway was, hey, the bearded version on the Sdcc display looked pretty good, but I kind of like the new head sculpt on the One Last Kill body. I liked that outfit better, but I'd want to kind of kit bash them together a little bit. Although, shout out to Caustic Plastic here, because Caustic Plastic has also had a pretty cool display at the show. They got their Jareth the Goblin King posted up here with a ton of different SKUs. I'm not going to go through every SKU, but I'll do a quick scroll here. If you guys are watching the video on live or replay, you can pause it. I think
for me,
to see.
They won Sdcc this year.
That's bold. That's a bold statement. Tell me why you feel that way.
The Exorcist, Regan and Father Merrin. This stuff's great. I was never a massive Labyrinth fan as a kid. I didn't mind it, but it's not one that's kind of resonated with me. That crow figure sitting on the throne looks insanely good, and this Arnie's brilliant as well. That I love that likeness, and the body is just spot on for Arnie. So I mean, I'll be all over this, but again, I'm not going to have space to have the full bed and stuff like that. So I'm hoping they just do a standalone figure. I'll be happy with that. Just as a representation. I wouldn't necessarily get Father Merrin either. but to have Regan, and I've always been interested. Like, there's some lovely custom ones out there, like over £1,000. Like Chris Donaldson's got one, and it looks like ace. And I've always like, I really want one. So to see a officially licensed one, and Sideshow do one as well, which you've got there, which is really weird. Like one of those weird times, when those two Robin Hood movies came out the same year, and stuff like that.
The shoulder joints look really weird on the Sideshow one. Eh? It looks like her arms are like kind of like
and people are saying she's in like a 12th scale bed, and it's so tiny compared to the caustic plastic bed. So this will be stunning. This one, and I would. I mean, if it only comes with the bed, I'll have to have a think. But I'm hoping there'll be a one without. And
God, it looks creepy as hell.
Still one of the scariest movies ever. I think we were talking about and Aaron thinks it's sort of a bit dated, but I think in terms of like true disturbing material, not just shock, jump shocks and stuff like that, it's genuinely disturbing. Like they're going up the stairs, and I'm like, don't go in. I wouldn't want to go in there. And they open the door, and it's freezing, and it's so atmospheric, and love it. Great movie.
Totally. I don't know if I'd want to collect it, if I'm honest. Of the caustic plastic announcements, I'm like, The Exorcist is kind of one of those, like, I don't know if I want to invent that kind of
and then you switch your lights on the next day, and she's moved, or her head's moved.
Yeah, or the head just turns by itself, for like. Yeah. She does need like a vomiting head sculpt where it's just like, you could add green to your display if you wanted.
Like head, imagine like the USB. Imagine how awesome would that be?
That'd be terrifying. The Arnold I think does look pretty good. This face makes me laugh every time I see it, just because he looks like he smelled one in the Batmobile. Like it's like
I thought the same thing.
What the hell is that smell?
Yeah.
Like it's an odd. But the likeness is good. But like, man, like he just looks really perturbed. Like, who shit themselves in this army?
Very judgmental. Like, who's done
that? Legit.
They're also doing Snake Plissken, aren't they? They've put up, and Ozzy Osbourne.
I heard he was dead.
Ozzy is quiet. Wild. Yeah.
Ozzy lives, mate.
Ozzy lives.
No, Snake Plissken. I heard he was dead.
Oh,
like being
in.
I heard Snake Plissken was dead. Have you guys seen the movie?
I don't get the reference, but I know that Adam is trying to get you to
Snake Plissken. The character said, "Snake, I heard you were dead."
No. Okay, sorry.
And Escape from
New York. Went over my head too.
I have to rewatch it again.
That went over my head too.
Every character interacts with them. Snake Plissken, I heard you were dead.
That's amazing. This David Bowie likeness is crazy. At least in the photos. It's funny, some of the shots I saw of the booth, there was the one figure that I thought looked a little Barbie-esque, and then the other one I thought looked really good. So it was like, that was weird, but I think it was just the lighting and the angles of some of the photos, because this is freaking insane. However, I've only ever seen this movie now once in my entire life, and I don't have nostalgia for it. Whereas for some people, like I know our buddy X-Men Supreme, I think he said this is one of his favorite movies of all time. So like that's pretty cool. I'm stoked for people. What I think I love most about Caustic Plastic at this point is they're just giving us things that other companies have not, right? Like how much is the criticism of J&D and InArt been like, oh, why do they keep giving us the same characters that Hot Toys has given us or Sideshow has given us? I love the fact that they're doing characters here.
You go to the Mummy. This one I'm going to find difficult. So I've got the Bram Stoker Dracula. I've got the Frankenstein's monster on order, and I can't wait to see what they do with the Wolfman, like a fully haired. I'm hoping it doesn't look like a brown version of the Kelsey Grammer Beast. But the Mummy's a difficult one because it's like I've got a custom one that I did, and I basically I managed to get a Karloff head sculpt, and then I just wrapped a body in bandages. So for me, this is going to be a difficult one because a lot of the money is going to be going into that backdrop. Because the figure, it's going to look great, but it's very simple compared to some of those other figures. And obviously, the backdrop is the sarcophagus. I mean, that back wall would be fantastic for an Indiana Jones. I could put that in my indie cabinet if the sarcophagus was a separate piece. but I know that these full diorama pieces, you know, the full deluxe from Caustic Plastic, the full deluxe version of that David Bowie one's like £700 or something ridiculous. It's like $1,000, I think, on kit. So again, you're having to commit big amounts of money to have some of these characters, and I think because of the diversity 100%. Of my collection, I kind of have to say, like, so I think I probably skip the Mummy. I'm probably quite happy to skip this one because I don't think it can give me that much extra value over my custom, whereas, you know, the Frankenstein's monster, things like that. But yeah, it's good to see. I think this is the I think they also, I think after this one, it might be the Bride of Frankenstein. And again, I might be interested in that one, but I think they'll end up doing
I love the Monsters line so far. I think all of them have looked so really, really good. But I agree with you. If you've got a custom of this that like can save you the coin, then save it for some of the other things that are coming. Correct. Because like there's going to be so much that you can add to the display that's going to look sweet, right? And like you said, the Frankenstein with the door, even if you got that as a display, like that is pretty wild. Like, there's a lot there, right? So and I agree with you too, Pete. On the Crow figure, the Crow did look amazing. I've got that one on order, the deluxe run.
So it just looked real. It looked like a press shot kind of thing with all the stuff around him and everything. It looks so good. So pleased for you if you got that one coming, mate, because that's going to look awesome.
Hell yeah. Adam, you said you had some thoughts, final thoughts on the Conan. Tell us how you feel, bud.
Yeah, I love Conan the Barbarian, Schwarzenegger in general. I definitely plan on getting the basic, the one without the war paint, not the one he looks like he's smelling farts. Yeah. But I'll tell you this, I would love to get that staircase base, and I think one of the recurring themes that we're seeing this week at some of the Comic-Con previews is, man, Hot Toys, Caustic Plastic, Jazz Inc. even, they're going big time on these big bases that are going to be space killers. But this one in particular, I think it was either Justin or Will, their video, and they showed the side of it. It's not just you have to have something that's, you know, it's going to be tall, but it's going to be, you need a shelf space that's deep, because this thing will go deep.
So
I wish I had space for that.
Does it come with both options or just the war paint one?
Well, they haven't specifically said what's coming with what. That's from the war paint
scene, I think. I don't know.
Caustic Plastic gives a ton of different options. Like that's I think the one thing that almost stresses me out a little bit is how many SKUs that they typically give.
I think you said, Adam, on an earlier show that you prefer the Destroyer look, which I do as well. So I hope this one. I'm not so keen on the Barbarian, like the trousers and stuff. I like the full on, you know, loincloth kind of bits and pieces. So I hope this does really well, and I hope they get to do the Conan the Destroyer figure, because I will absolutely buy that one.
I think they did a custom body for this as well, Pete.
Yeah,
I think that's what they were saying with the Arnie body. Amazing. So I think if they they put that kind of money in the R&D, I can't believe they wouldn't give us.
There's going to be more on there, because
there's an implanted hair and a sculpted version you can choose.
I haven't seen the sculpted ones. I don't think they'd work. This really works for the rooted hair, but they could do the full on version for the end of this movie as well, with the war helmet and the big axe and stuff like that. So there's definitely options for more looks.
Hell yeah, guys, that is the show of the day. We were able to keep it to 2 hours, considering we had 60 slides to go through. That is literally insane.
We did it right.
I want to say a big thank you to everybody who came today. I think we were up to about 135 people at one point in the chat, which is a Ben Thomas Show live record. So that's very exciting to see after a couple of months of hiatus. I do still plan to be back as many Sundays as possible. I'm never gonna promise every Sunday, because it's too hard. But at the same time, I will be back as often as I can. You guys will always see the screenshot go up. Follow me on Instagram if you don't already, because I will typically post on Instagram when the show is going to go live, the day that it's going or the day before, so you guys have an idea and can bookmark that. Mr. Shane, 1/6 Figure Focus, thank you for being back as a panelist here with us today, buddy. Tell us a little bit about what's going on your channel, man.
Great to see you back, Ben. That was a good chat. I really enjoyed it, and we actually did really good considering the amount of drops and get it done in 2 hours. So I hit 2,500 followers on Instagram. It was a little kind of a target I'd set for myself, and That was today, and we're getting close to 6K. I think we're at 5,913 or something. So if you're not subscribed and you're interested in checking out the channel and you get any sort of value for it, if you want to go over there and subscribe, it's at 16figure focus on both Instagram and on YouTube. And we're back tomorrow with the Hope Show at 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time. So yeah, thanks very much.
Hope Show's another great live show, dude. Yeah, you guys have been having great live shows. That's the one for tomorrow, guys. This is the time slot. This at least for me.
Changed the name for tomorrow. It's the Doom Show.
I love that.
Doom Show.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's great.
I love that. I love that. Fair enough, dude. Thank you for being back. 16figure focus on YouTube. Please, for the love of God, go over and subscribe. He had to have 800 subscribers before I clicked the button. Don't be a Ben. Go over and hit the button. It's free. It's appreciated. I love you guys. Mr. Adam, Adam 12th on YouTube as well, bud. Anything coming up for you, my friend, that we can be excited for?
I'm looking forward to seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day Thursday night. I've been very much looking forward to that film. So hopefully we get a winner here. And Ben, welcome back, because I miss doing this show, miss seeing you guys. A very welcome return on a great day for announcements. So the Hot Toys and 16 gods looked upon you favorably. So for moving forward, and hopefully some great things to come.
Absolutely, guys. Yeah, it's going to be good times. You know what? Who cares about demonetization at the end of the day? We've got the coffee link if we want to still be able to afford StreamYard. That's the big thing. StreamYard cost me Canadian dollars, $120 a month, which is insane when you think about it. I would rather stream to you guys in 720p and take money and buy figures instead and do giveaways. You know what I mean? So like, StreamYard is stupidly expensive. But the other thing, again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, stay tuned for some of the upcoming live streams. Lane Kramer, shout out to Lane, has donated 2 figures to the Ben Thomas Show channel for giveaways over some of the next couple streams here. So stay tuned for some member, or for some, not even channel members, because I can't even have channel members. Stay tuned for some channel chat giveaways. If you guys are in the chat with us, there's a good chance you're going to get a free figure just from being here and having some fun on the live show with us. But Mr. Adam 12, dude, I love your channel. I love everything that you do with your daughter. The Is Wolverine Too Sexy short that you did 6 months ago still makes me laugh with the wife there. So, dude, awesome channel and very holistic. Definitely go over and check that out. But I love you, bud. Thanks for being back. You and Shane as well. Mr. Pete, longtime friend of the channel as well, bud. Anything going on with OFAC? I know you and Aaron, our buddy who was here earlier, you guys have a show. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, come on, bring out Collecting Weekly. There might not be I don't know if there's a page for OFAC, but yeah, we actually did a show last week because we kind of took a little bit of a hiatus over the summer because England did all right in the World Cup. So we kind of, and also it got very slow on, and it's always the same way. The build up to Sdcc.
You are about to
is always, there's not a lot going on. So we kind of thought, well, actually, we'll just take a bit of a break. And then we weren't due to stream till this week, but I'm going away for a week on Tuesday. So we thought, actually, we'll get one out. So we did Alien Queen and stuff on Thursday. So go check us out if you can on the replay. And then we'll hope to be, we should be back in about 3 weeks' time and get us back on schedule because we alternate with Small Talk, and then just try and get a fairly more regular fortnightly show going.
Hell yeah, dude! And then
get
again,
Shane
just
on again at some point.
Absolutely, and shout out to your co-host Aaron Articulates as well. Aaron was here with us earlier today. He was just having some mic problems, so he dropped out. But we love Aaron. Awesome dude, super funny channel himself. Let's get the man to 200 subscribers. We have 80 people still watching us, guys. If you have not, please subscribe to the man. Do it for me. I would appreciate it. He's hilarious and a good person. So tries really hard on his content. We just need the algorithm to start sticking, honestly. And I'm sure it'll explode. So
top guy, and
this is what it looks
it's
like.
great. It's great co-hosting with him. Yeah, it's a good laugh. Yeah.
Aaron Articulates. Let's get him to 200 subscribers by the end of today, guys. That's only 26 more people.
Particularly if you also hate Stickman. I've been through the Stickman thing. Anyone that's had kids, you come to hate that little bastard. So
yeah,
it's funny anyway. But if you've gone through that yourself, it really resonates. It's yeah.
Absolutely. And then, guys, if you're here, you're already on the Ben Thomas Show. I definitely appreciate likes, comments, subscribes as well. I know so many people. I think about 30% of my audience that's consistent is subscribed. The other 70% just happen to stop in and enjoy the show, but never hit the button. So if you guys don't mind hitting the button, if you're here and you haven't already, the channel's had a bit of a rebrand lately. As I said, this channel used to be called, or the show used to be called Let's Get Nuts for the live show itself. It is now called the Ben Thomas Show Live, and we've done some rebranding in our banner as well. We are currently on the road right now to 69,000 subscribers, which is insane. And we are just under 20 million views now channel wide. So the channel's done very, very well, but I could not be as successful on the show without the panelist of guys here who have been with me right from the beginning. I really love you guys. I really love everybody here who watched today. Thank you so much for getting crazy with us on the Ben Thomas Show Live. Once again, hit the like button, smash the subscribe on the way out the door. Adam, Shane, Mr. Pete, and Aaron, if you're still watching, thanks so much for the great show today, guys. And we'll catch you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your crazy Sunday, and stay tuned. I'm going to do a couple more take videos, I think, on these Doomsday figures for the next couple hours. So stay tuned. We'll see you guys soon. Catch you on the next one.
Well, what are you doing? You should have subscribed to my channel if you haven't already. Because subscribing makes you feel good. Where should I go? What should I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. It's gone. It's all gone.